Hey y'all. Okay, I'm live now. Sorry it took so long. I was taking notes and trying to get all my notes down so I don't just ramble. Still messy notes, but still, it's on paper. So, thank you guys for joining me this evening. Let me get all my notes and stuff together while y'all come in. Hit the like button. So, we're going to be talking about the Last Supper painting by Da Vinci. We're going to be talking about the reptile beings, and we're going to be talking about cosmic energies coming in. We're going to be talking about how all of it ties in together. Now, I know I did a video last year on Last Supper, but this, I found something totally new. Because y'all know, like, stuff is multi-dimensional, and as the frequencies increase, people are able to see more and understand more. So, y'all remember those old school from the 90s Magic Eye books? Or it would just be just a bunch of random stuff, and you'd have to like go into a daze and go cross-eyed to see like the 3-dimensional or 4-dimensional picture. Y'all remember those? They still sell them sometimes, but they were very popular in the 90s. Well, the Last Supper painting is very similar to one of those books. Yeah, the I Spy books. Yes. So the Last Supper painting is a 4D, 3D, 5D painting. Okay, it's almost like one of those holographic pictures. If you put it at a certain angle, you can see certain things. If you look at it from a certain perspective, you can see certain things that you can't see from this perspective. So y'all, don't laugh at me, I'm a nerd. I was up all night, me and Sasha. We're up all night staring at the Last Supper painting from different angles, cross-eyed, trying to go into a daze to see stuff. Okay. Sasha said she saw a lot of things and she pointed them out. And of course, I saw the same things. So that's why I posted the Last Supper Da Vinci painting. It has to be the one by Da Vinci, okay? Because all the other ones won't do that. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. Now, let me scroll back up to it. Here we go. So I hope y'all have it. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all. This is the painting. This is the painting. Now, I'm just going to move my phone so that I can get the different angles. You see how the perspective changes when you change the angle of the phone? But when you're looking at it, okay, this is going to be weird because we're sitting across from each other. But when you look at this painting, if you try to look at this side with the opposite eye, it will not focus. If you try to look at this side with the opposite eye, it will not focus. You have to look at it right in the middle in order to see both in focus. It's weird, right? Then, okay, now this is weird, but y'all know me. Like, okay, so you see this little piece above the door? It looks flat, but then when you tilt it, it looks like it's sticking out. To me, it also looks like a point of reference. And it looks like a nose would look if you pressed it against a window or a glass. So this is what I did, y'all, no lie. I put my nose to that spot and I just let my eyes go out of focus, and then I pulled it back. And you can see it turned to 3D. Okay. This painting is a 4D, 5D painting. You will see several things in it that pop out when you look at it from different angles. So this angle of light that comes in, you see how it's lit over here? You have to look at it from a certain angle, and then over here it's dark, but the people are lit. Like the people are glowing, and then over here it's dark. No, over here it's dark, but the people are glowing. Over here it's light, but the people are dark. Like as far as when you try to look at them, they don't have the same illumination. Okay, so um, just go look at the painting. Spend maybe a couple of minutes looking at it. I'll give y'all a few seconds. I'm gonna have a sip of water. Pull it up on your phone. It has to be by Da Vinci though. There's way more in here. It's crazy. There's I found about 5 or 6 things. So I want y'all to get it up on your phones or on a computer or go print it out on a printer or something. I don't know. But I'm going to show you. So there's a baby in here. Yeah, a baby. There's a baby in here, as well as a what you call it, a reptilian giant being. Okay. Um. So this is the wrong picture right here. The reptilian being is on the table laying down, and it's huge. Okay. The baby is right here between Jesus and Mary. It's a baby. You just have to look at it with your nose on that archway, slightly tilted this way to where it looks like your nose would fit. And then you'll see. Anyway, so I'm looking at the painting. See how this looks like almost like an outline of the nose if you were to press it against a glass? It's the angle too that you must look at it. Okay, so I'm going to tilt this in an angle where you can see the reptilian. Okay. I'm going to get into the cosmic stuff in a second, but let's get this out of the way first. You have to be looking at it. See, the thing is, you can't look at it from the camera. You have to look at it yourself. That's the trick. So you can't even see it through the screen. You have to look at it yourself. This is crazy because they said that Da Vinci had this eye disorder where he could see certain things, and that gave him the advantage of being like this great artist. But to me, he could see in the 5th dimension. He could see in several dimensions in this dimension and be able to paint every dimension that he could see. Okay. And he used angles of light. He used, trickery of how he blended the colors and spaced things out. And if you look at this is a tomb. Like this looks like a mausoleum or a tomb right by the linen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and explain it. So y'all just take a look at it. There's a few aliens in here. There's a baby. I'm just going to tell you what I saw, see if y'all can see it. This end, the right end down here, has the head of the alien reptile, and the end on the left side has the tail. And there's another little gray back here peeking through. And there's also one under the table, like a long one under the table. So this is like really crazy. You have to look at it. And then also remember, read the story of the Last Supper or whatever. And it's heavily coded. So there is blood on the linen. So you can see like some of the blood. The blood on the linen represents the blood of Christ. That's why they wrapped him in that linen when they put him in the tomb, because his linen, which is his body or his skin, was given the blood or the DNA or the melanin. And so he said, do this in remembrance of me. So he spilled wine on a white cloth and he gave bread. This is my body, eat of it. We already know that means mixed race. And here's my blood, pour it on this white linen and get you some melanin, right? So that's what the Holy Eucharist is all about in the Catholic religion, or the sacrament. It is the oath to keep melanin. to recreate or remember, put back together, um, the body of Christ. Okay, so that means to recreate the body of Christ through mixing. Okay, so let's get into the Last Supper and what it means. Okay, so the evening meal was the supper was an evening meal. That means evening is code for at night. Okay, night is code for when certain people are in power before the dawn. Okay, so the Last Supper before the dawn, and the Last Supper means the last chance to mix, baby. The last chance to mix and keep your oath. There was an oath. That's why it's called the sacrament. The sacrament means an oath, a holy oath to keep. So they were supposed to keep the oath of, continually to create more and more melanated Christos. Okay, so Eucharist, the meaning of EU means wellness or thankfulness. And caress means gracefully. That means thanksgiving. To give in thanks. So this is those who want to mix race and they're giving their melanin gracefully and willingly. So that's what Eucharist means. But, Catholic Church, people don't tell you that. They just collect their money, give you a little cracker and some wine and move you along. They don't tell you what it means. And so this reminds me of the line that Jay-Z said in No Church in a While. He says, Thanksgiving disguised as a feast. This is what he's talking about, the Last Supper. You see the Last Supper played out. You go to Easter church or whatever. You say, oh, Jesus, Jesus, whatever. But you don't realize what it all means. Okay, so during the Last Supper, or the Passover, there was certain things served, but we'll go into that in a second. So after the Eucharist, you're supposed to have piety. I think he speaks of that as well. Jay-Z speaks of that in No Church in a While. Piety means obedience, respect, duty, and submission to those who share, their offerings gracefully. So that piety is not shown anymore. Like they didn't forgot all about that. Okay. So that's one thing. And then, okay, so it gets deeper with the Passover meal. Passover meal is basically, it's just all code for, get some melanin. I'm not going to go into it because I did a whole video on that last year, but I want to go into the draconian reptile that's on the table, baby. So when you look at it, you'll see it. I'm going to show you what it looks like before you. Okay, I'm going to tell you what color clothes it has on, and I'm going to tell you what color it is. It's a tan brown, and he's the same length as the table, almost. And he has on blue and white. If you see it, you know what he looks like. And I'm going to show you what he looks like, or it looks like, I don't know. The closest thing I could show you that I found online that he looks like in the face, and he's about this big. In the Last Supper painting, if you look at it from a different angle, this is what it looks like. This is what's laying on the table. I'm going to show you where his head is, just so when you go to look, you'll know exactly where the head is. Okay, I wish that I could show you guys, but you cannot see it if the image is flipped. I am so sorry. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna have to cross my eyes, but look, I'm sorry. Okay, right here, you see, this is where his head is. And you can see where he's the bleeding is a lot immensely down here because his tail is being cut. Okay. Right. You said go see it at Wikipedia. Right. Um, you saw that? You see the head? Okay. So put your okay, you guys, I'm gonna show y'all where to put y'all's nose, like on your phone. Y'all see this little archway over the door? Y'all see this archway? Put your nose up to that and slightly tilt your head to the right, the same way the nose print is tilted. And then look down with your eyes slightly crossed. You see it? Yes. It's the head is right here. But you need to be looking down when your nose is against this like this. Then you can pull it out and still kind of see it. And it's a huge reptile head. Y'all see it? If anyone sees it, let me know. It's a reptile head. And it's long and has a blue and white. And at the end is where his tail is. Okay, so Jesus would represent, then this is kind of crazy. Now this is kind of freaky now. Y'all ready for this? Hold on. Don't laugh at my cross eye. This is how I gaze into it. This is how you look into 4D. This is how you can go into pictures. I used to do this as a child all the time with certain paintings. See, some paintings are coded. Some paintings, especially biblical paintings, are very coded. And if you look at them from a certain dimension, at a certain angle, in a certain light, you can go basically into the painting because it becomes like a 5D or 4D. Like you'll feel like you're in it, basically. So you see it? Somebody says, oh my God, I see it. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna show you where the gray alien is. Hold on, let me find the gray one. Okay, the gray alien is peeking out behind the dude's booty with the blue. Okay, in order to see him, you have to look at the end of that table and kind of just let your eyes cross a little bit. Okay, some people can't do this. Some people cannot do this to save their lives. Some people can. It's just something, I don't know. It's just some people can do it, some people can't. Just keep trying. Like when you're bored, just keep trying. You'll see it. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, some people will take a mirror and try to do, some tricks and stuff with it. You may be able to use a mirror to do it, but you can also use your eyes to see the 4D, 5D aspect of it. Okay, so they never show you this part of the painting up here. Okay, why do they always leave that out, right? This is very symbolic. So these are like the two pillars that become one. Y'all know in like the alchemy photos, the alchemy pictures, how you have the two pillars that become one. And see, when the two pillars became one, there was a ship. It became a ship almost. It looked like some type of spaceship or whatnot. But they became almost like a ship. And it seems as though there is a black wings around it, or black reptile type. I'm going to show y'all. Okay. So it's two coat of arms, which is two families. And then when in the middle, there's a bunch of like writing on there too, like alchemy stuff. And in the middle, they become one. It almost looks like a ship. And then there's like this snake-like thing around it with different patterns. So it's like evolution almost. And it's almost like an Ouroboros snake eating its tail. This is the Last Supper painting by Leonardo da Vinci. Now, there's different ways you have to tilt your head according to the angles of light. I'm going to tell you how to measure the angles of light so that you can see certain things, because there's so many things in here. Okay, I'm going to show you where the references are to look at different angles. Okay, they're going to be harsh lines. So you see Jesus's red and blue. Okay, so this line right here, where his clothes cross, that's one of the reference lines. So, and you see how the nose print lines directly up. So y'all, right here onto the y'all see that? How it lines directly up across his sash or whatever. So it's how you look at it, how you view it. You got to put your nose up to it. It's like it's a nose print, y'all. It's like this is how you, and then you pull it back slowly and look down. So there's also the baby right here, Mary and Jesus's baby. This is the two families or the two sides that mix. That's why he has on the red and the blue. He's gang, this gang over here and this gang. He the blood and the Crips. Okay, the purple rain, baby. So this is how, I'm going to explain it because it's very easy to explain. Okay, now these people over here are mad. You see, they upset. He's sitting, he's standing. Okay, but they're at the head of the table, but they're on the opposite ends, right? So why he's sitting down? Why are they mad and asking him, well, do you see this? Do you see this over here? What's going on? See, he's standing up and they're all touching each other and these are all separated. So these people are joined together in family because they slid to the right foot left, like right foot up. They slid, like the Drake song, but they slid this way. So, they get the tail end of the alien or the tail end of the deal or the tail end of the game. So the tomb underneath him, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Will I ever decode Islamic? I don't have any Islamic holy books. I am so sorry. I will have to get one. It'll come. It'll come. It'll come. But it has to be the right time. Okay, so I'm seeing something else too. But anyway, there's so much more to see. But so the tomb right here represents the death, and then how he's above the tomb, how he has risen from death. And then up here, this represents the matrix, this ceiling, the grid. Okay. Now let me show y'all, if y'all saw my comparison. This is the ascension from 3D to 5D, but you must mix, or you're going to be forced to do that anyway over many, many years. That's just what's going to be. So this is basically the oath, the covenant, and what was to be. All right, here we go. So there was a picture of 3D Earth going through the fourth dimension into 5D, and I posted that. So you have 3D Earth, and it's purple, and it's going through the fourth dimension, which is time. 4D is time, and then it rises up to the fifth dimension. On it, you see how it's higher, and it's in blue. So he's in purple over here. Sorry, I have a burn on my finger. See, he's kind of like in this purpley color with blood on him. So it's like a reddish purple. And then this one is up. He's standing up. He got on the blue. And then in here in the middle is the sun. See this yellow? The Jesus. And so time. Okay, so the number of the disciples have to do with time. The number of the disciples, it's not the zodiac. It could be that in another decoding of it, but in this reference, when we're talking about 3D to 5D, it's time, because you have the 3 times 4. So 3D time is 4, 3D times 4, right, equals 12 disciples. But the 12 disciples, it represents the ascension to 5D, because you have 3 times 4 equals 12, the 12 disciples. And there could be the 12 cycles. It could be the 12 zodiac symbols. It could be the 12, months, year, whatever. You can add 1 plus 2 equal 3, which is the Trinity, 3, 4, 5. Left, right, middle, left foot up, right foot slide, right foot up, left foot slide. Either way, you're about to slide. Okay. If you do that, you won't go anywhere. You'll be in the middle. So, right. And then, of course, NASA comes through and says, oh, there's a parallel universe where the physics are backwards and everything is, you know, going opposite direction. It's the right side of the universe. It's the mirror side of the universe. It's the side that is not the reflection, but is the source side. So NASA discovered, okay, no, they've always known this has been ancient history, and now we're about to slide into that next level. So there, when I tell you guys that paintings show several layers of things to decode, so you can find so many things in there because there's music notes in there, there's a hymn, there's a frequency, there's aliens in there, there's the zodiac in there, there's 3D to 5D in there is a baby up in there, just there's a tomb up in there. There are the two pillars becoming one up in there. There's everything in that photo. That painting. That's why it took him years to finish paintings, because he was trying to put in a message on several dimensions. Okay. And so that was genius. And okay, so what else was I going to talk? Okay, cosmic. Yes. Cosmic energy. Let's talk about that. Because that has to do with the Last Supper. Okay, so y'all know the gamma rays and the cosmic rays that have been, coming into the earth, all those asteroids and comets that were flying over that, they had to block with the clouds so y'all couldn't see it, but the sky looked red anyway. And we saw some stuff, and, every year there's an asteroid on the way. So Passover, baby. That's what Passover means. It's the Passover. You're going to get sprinkled with this cosmic energy coming. Okay. Gamma rays, cosmic rays, they're going to come into the earth. But by the time they get to us, they're not going to be as powerful because, the ionosphere and all that stuff breaks it down. When it gets here, it's just a little bit, and then it turns into radiation decay, which then energizes and sprinkles stuff. Okay. So in the story of the Passover, when they finished eating the Last Supper, they sang a hymn. That means their frequency was raised after they mixed. And then they went to Mount Olive. That means they went to a higher frequency on Mount Olivet. Olive represents a melanated person. Okay, like olive skin. Olive. And then they were in the garden of Gethsemane. I said get some money. Gethsemane. Get some money. They was in the garden of get some money. Okay. And I looked up the meaning to that name, Gethsemane. It means oil press. So when you take olives to become pressed and turn into oil, that's the alchemy. That's, the pressure creating diamonds out of coal. This is when you rise to your highest frequency and level. And oil it's like in a plant, you get the essential oil, the most potent part of the plant. So this is when you rise from getting your sprinkle and your activation. You're getting your level up. That's right. And it also means alchemy, great work, meaning a place or a state. So that means that's where you will live. You will live in your highest self. You will stay there. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about the lamb. You know how on the Bible they always talk about the lamb. Oh, the lamb. In the garden of get some money. Okay. The oil was to be pressed, and the lamb had come. So Jesus said, the lamb has come. The lamb has finally come. So that means the gamma rays, the lasers, because lamb represents lasers, lambda wavelength, the lambda wavelength, celestial longitude. That means something that is coming down from the sky, celestial longitude. So the lamb, fast like a Lambo, scoot, scoot, scoot. That's a gamma ray. That's something coming down from the heavens. Okay. So that's the Passover. They got sprinkled with the wavelengths and the energies from the cosmos. And that also represents being able to quantumly change in your DNA. We have the ghost DNA from an ancient relative, that an ancient humanoid type being that they cannot or did not see before. It's probably that reptile thing on the table, the Anunnaki, right? So now let's talk about the reptile and the Anunnaki stuff. Just because someone says reptilian or Anunnaki does not mean evil. Just like if somebody says human, that don't mean evil. Okay. It depends on their agenda. Okay. So even though people have categorized beings into a certain category, doesn't mean that's where they belong. Because you have bad humans and you have good humans and you have crazy humans and you got stupid humans. So you can't put them all in one basket. Okay. So let me show you let me show you guys this, because I feel like this people just run with titles and then they just watch videos and they don't understand it. So my purpose is to help you understand. Okay. So this is the Hopi Indians refer to a race of reptilians. And so you can see that in the Hopi ancient deities. See? You can see it in, let me show you the next one. Where is this from? You can see it in Sumeria. Okay. This one look like he got a little hairdo. Little Richard, okay? This is actually the closest painting or drawing that I have seen that reminds me of the Last Supper, except it's in reverse. The reptile is on the table instead of the human. And there's a bunch of people around him, like an alien abduction, but it's a literal alien on a table abduction. Okay, Shira, did you read about theirs being? Yeah, I just mentioned that a second ago. Thank you, young Rapunzel. Sprinkle, sprinkle goes hand in hand with what you said about time. Love you. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, thank you for asking that question, because that leads right into my next thing. Okay, I know you're like, this don't have nothing to do with it, but y'all know how celebrities drop information online and Twitter and all that stuff. So I don't even like this person that much. So y'all know I'm not like just trying to push this just because this is just what I researched and found because it came with the territory. So, okay, have you ever heard of, you were supposed to get the head, but instead you got the tail? Well, that refers to so many things. Okay, so the head of a reptile, or the head of the you know, the whole system, the chakra system, that's where you have your power and that's where you rule. The tail, that's the back end. So in 2016 or 17, I can't remember, Taylor Swift, yes, Taylor Swift, looking for the truth, even it comes through Taylor Swift, tell her this. No woman should have all of that power. Power remix by Kanye. So Taylor Swift tweeted, TS6 is coming. Okay, I don't know if that's what she named her little album, but that was an asteroid that was coming. NASA had said, "Oh, TS6 asteroid," right? So she got on Twitter and said, "TX6 is coming," and it was like an asteroid in 2008 named TS6. And then she posted a cryptic video of a snake's tail, a black snake tail. Y'all remember that? And some dude was like liking the. I have it on screenshot so I can show you. Yes, I think I took some pictures. It says in 30 minutes, a show of power at Taylor Swift 13 will blot out the sun. So I guess that was an eclipse. This dude, Joseph or something, tweeted that at Taylor Swift. I don't know. Like I just found it interesting because it talked about blotting out the sun. And then this says snakes shed their skin to allow for further growth and remove parasites that may have attached to their old skin. I'm gonna read that again. Snakes shed their skin to allow for further growth and remove parasites that may have attached to their old skin. That's the ionosphere. Um, a new, a new rulership, a new heaven, a new type of energy that's going to be above. You know. Um, Thank you, Miss D, the great Sprinkle Sprinkle. Hi there, you look nice as usual. Thank you, girl, Sprinkle Sprinkle. So, you know, a lot of people talk about the archons and how, they try to keep you trapped and stuff in the matrix. Well, there's going to be a new sheriff in town. Okay, a new group, you know, a new president. President means to preside over. That's why you see a lot of these celebrities talk about they gonna run for president. I'm the next president, Mr. President. It is the one who presides over a large group of people. Okay, so when he's talking about the old system is gone, the old matrix system is leaving, and then the new is coming. Okay, so that was a while back, but let me see the last tweet there. Yeah. Okay, so she's talking about snakes, and y'all know how her little symbol is snakes now because she's a snake, 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 and she's mad at Kanye and Kim for telling her all this stuff, and she's calling them snakes and stuff. But if you then so if you look at what Kanye, Kim represent versus what Taylor Swift represents, you'll see that this whole thing is playing out through all of this. So you have Kim and Kanye, they mix, they made little mixed babies, they got little mixed families. They, he going around talking about Jesus, blah, 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 blah. Mary Magdalene was like not the holiest of women, but he cleaned her up their image. So, that's playing out on he's playing that role on purpose. TX6, Taylor Swift. Taylor is someone who creates clothes. Swift is fast. They didn't have time to get their clothes on. That's why in the Passover they had to eat unleavened bread because they did not have time for the bread to rise, which means they didn't have enough time to get no melanin. They had to get up out of Egypt real quick, the Israelites, before the Pharaoh changed his mind. So they couldn't wait for that bread to rise. So they had to leave without, having at least a generation in of, mixing it with melanin and stuff. They had to just hurry up and go. So, y'all like how I explain it? Okay, thank you. So, that's why they go back and forth with each other. They're mocking. This is like a game. It's like to tell you something. They're going back and forward. So Taylor Swift and Kim and Kanye always at each other's throats in the media, and she even made that stupid song, "Look What You Made Me Do, Look What You Made Me Do." I don't like your silly games. Just go listen to the lyrics of that "Look What You Made Me Do" song. Like, Okay. Would are you in the Illuminati now? That's basically what she's trying to allude to, but really they're just playing the role of trying to convey the message in the modern time. Just like um Da Vinci painted this picture to convey what happened or what is to come or what is the oath to keep. So art form artists, are the you know, the way the stories are told. Yeah. So yeah, life is a stage. Exactly. Okay, so af- I'm gonna tell you a couple more things, and I'm gonna take some questions. Okay, let me see if I covered everything. Okay, hold on, I'm almost done. Yeah, I think I covered. Let's see. So I just picked up my Egypt book, y'all, and y'all know I just turn to the page and bam, it's exactly the same thing in this form. Mhm. So this is jewelers and carpenters working together to create a new frequency. You see the jet towers or the frequency towers or the two pillars that they're both creating. You have a darker one and a lighter one. You see? And see, together you have this one and this one. And they keep working together. They keep working together to create the balance. You see? He's weighing stuff against each other. They're they're balancing their frequencies, which is the jet. See, he's angled. See that little angle, that little what is this thing called? Compass. You see, he's tilting it at a certain angle. It's a different angle. He's trying to get it at the right angle. He's trying to get his light at the right angle. Y'all see this? It's a reflection of that. So he's gotta balance it out at the right angle. Okay. So yeah, square. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm like, I don't know all the proper terminology. I could just see stuff, right? If I had the proper terminology, I'd probably be on Ancient Aliens and have my own everything. Oh yes. Ah. But anyway, I like to explain it in simple form because everybody can understand it. I like to use simple forms of information to get it across to everybody. If I sit up there and used all the proper terminology, you wouldn't understand what I said. So I want to tell you guys how I see it, how I understood it, how it came to me. What book is it? Um, so that's how I'm going to give it to you, exactly how it came to me. Like a child would explain it, or a teenager. I don't know. This book is called The Introduction to Ancient Egypt, and it's by James Putnam. Putnam. James. Okay. Okay, look at Anubis. Go ahead, Anubis. That's, um, y'all can look at this all day, but I'll get distracted from the video. Okay, so cool, right? So I pick up my alchemy and mysticism book, right? And I just open the book, and guess what it lands on? Like, this is just something that is probably in every picture because y'all know they keep repeating everything. But this is not a picture. This is what was crazy. This will pop up. Like, huh? Like, I just open it and it goes straight to that page. Probably because it's just, a black page and it's different and it's glossy. So it's Opus Magnum. This is in reference. Okay, hold on. Thank you, Anaya Sprinkle Sprinkle. Every movie is coded, baby. Yes. Every movie is coded unless somebody made it in a basement and don't know alchemy. Opus Magnum, in reference to the divine work of creation and the plan of salvation within. Okay, this sounds like Jesus stuff now, right? The alchemistic process was called the Great Work. In it, a mysterious, chaotic source material Wonder what that could be. Called materia prima, first matter, dark matter, containing opposites still incompatible and in the most violent conflict, yin and yang, baby, is gradually guided towards a redeemed state of perfect harmony, the healing philosopher's stone or lapis philosophorum. First we bring together, then we putrefy, which means to break down what has been putrefied. We purify the divided. So we purify that which has been divided. We unite the purified and harden it, make it hard, make it strong. In this way, one is made from man and woman. So basically, to mix. In this way, one is made from man and woman. That means have a child. So this was the oath. This was the oath that was supposed to be kept. There was not supposed to be a race. There was only supposed to be one race. And if the races were divided, they were all supposed to come back together by a certain time. By a certain time, so they can get their little sprinkle. And so they can go from 3D to 5D, right? So, fireworks by Drake and not Rihanna, Alicia Keys. I missed them before, but I won't miss them again. All I see is fireworks. That's the rays coming down, the cosmic rays coming down. So, right. So the Eucharist or the Last Supper or the Thanksgiving or the gracious giving of melanin or mixing out was what that Last Supper was. That's what it was. Now, you are not like a lot of people that have melanin, they're not obligated to sacrifice themselves like a Jesus. But the oath on the other end, they are supposed to get, they are the ones that are, being given or their ancestors have been given melanin in the past. They made an oath to always come back. Thank you, mermaid things, sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. Because it's kind of like you have to be back by a certain time in order to catch your train. But in order to get on a train, you gotta have your ticket. So, you're out and about, you don't wait till the last minute, the Last Supper to try to, get that ticket. And then, might be too late. You might have forgot. The religion may have not given you the right information, so you didn't know in the first place because it got lost in translation, or they started worshiping Jesus instead of remembering him through themselves, which is getting melanin. So anybody who worships Jesus, especially if you are, melanated, you're just worshiping yourself, baby. That's all you're doing. You're worshiping yourself, or you're worshiping a man who gave melanin. That's all you're doing. The Son of God, the Son of the cosmos. You are a daughter of the cosmos as well. So Heru, Horus, yes, same thing. All the stories go together. So all the stories are the same. So when you worship Jesus, you're just worshiping someone who graciously gave their melanin to those that didn't have any. And you pray to him for salvation, even though you already have salvation. You already got melanin, but you're still praying for other stuff. You're praying for money. He never told you about no money. I mean, you can go get some money in the garden of Get Some Money, Gethsemane, or however you pronounce it. But, a lot of people in religion are praying for the wrong thing. That whole ritual, the whole religion is not about anything. It's about wisdom, knowledge, and knowing what time it is. Thank you, Explicita Sprinkle Sprinkle. So, yeah, he ain't ever said, look, I got you. I'll get you some money, okay? I'll bring your boyfriend back. I'll bring your man back. I'll get you a job. He never said none of that. He just said, do this in remembrance of me and, love one another. That means go mix, go have some. Basically, he was telling y'all to go have some sex with some other people that don't look like you. That's all Jesus was walking around telling people. When the two become one, you can enter into the kingdom. Hmm? Okay. Y'all don't be laughing. This is just true. So, but then he also, the snake in the garden and Eve, the little reptilian, tempted Eve and broke her oath to God to, get her some melanin. So she like, allowed the lower aspect or the tail of that reptilian or the reptilian brain or the chakra system lead her astray because she wanted to go get somewhere else. She was tired of Adam. Adam was like, okay, Adam was a little dusty. And she was like, I'm gonna go see what they're doing over there. And she let her lower self rule. Okay, so her, her lower aspect, her tail aspect. Okay. Osiris and Isis. Yeah. And then you know how like, you have like Osiris is green and he lives underground. Like y'all know them reptilian race that's supposed to live underground in the underworld. And y'all know how like he was cut up and stuff and she couldn't find his penis. Um, that's like a little tail. He couldn't find his little tail to reproduce. So she had to create one out of magic or something. I don't know. Y'all know that story, the ancient Egyptian story. But the point is, she didn't mix with him once he turned green, baby. She was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to get me some. I gotta go get me a donor, baby. But we gonna say you the daddy, baby. We gonna say you the daddy. But I can't get that green DNA. I gotta keep my oath. I'm a goddess, baby. So that's why she had to do what she had to do. Okay. So we've already talked about the Last Supper painting. If you can print it out, if you have a good printer, if you can find a copy of it or just use your phone. I think the phone is actually better because it's light. There's light behind it and you can see every detail and you can zoom in and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're looking at it from different angles. You'll see the indicators where he specifically drew straight lines and weird places, like with light beams, with how clothing is cut or separated, and look under the table, look everywhere. It's kind of crazy, and you'll start to see it like those magic eye books from the 90s. That's how you have to look at this painting, and you have to like, and it's 4D and 5D perspective. It's crazy. I think it's genius that someone can see from those perspectives. I think because a lot of those, he probably was in the Freemasons or whatever. He was an inventor. He invented stuff. He was an artist, so he knew angles and different dimensions and how to see stuff. So he was able to put that in his paintings and leave the message behind. Y'all know those people that draw outside with chalk and it looks like you're going to fall down a hole, but it's just a drawing. So it's kind of like he was putting that type of, hidden stuff in it. But see, his is hidden. It's not obvious, which makes it even more genius. And he used to write everything backwards, like in mirror um, writing, because he was trying to reverse. Y'all know that parallel universe is coming in, right? So if he writes everything in reverse here, then over there in that universe, it's written the correct way. And so he will remain, now this is the kicker, he will remain as he is here, great, on that side, great. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of people, you'll see a lot of like really high up esoteric, celebrities that try to do the same thing, try to keep themselves in the middle. And, that way on the other side or in the fifth dimension or in the other side of the universe or the parallel universe, they remain the same, you know. Or they keep their success or they keep their power or they keep their knowledge. Like I talked about Hermes, the story where he walked, up on some snakes that were mating, and then he struck them with his staff, and then he became a woman for 7 years, and then he couldn't change back into a man until he found more snakes mating, and struck them with his staff again. Then he would turn back into a man. So to me, the snakes mating is like the caduceus sign, which also is a frequency or a DNA frequency or a DNA shift or change, which is also going from 3D to 4D and to 5D. So if you're like a man over here, you're probably a woman over there. That's why in alchemy, the middle symbol is the hermaphrodite or the androgynous being. And the right side is the woman and the left side is the man. And then if you look in all alchemy drawings, you'll see like I'll show you. This is an example. Let's see the man, the woman, and then the two snakes or the frequency rising, and then you have the one, the Hermes, the hermaphrodite. Hermes and Aphrodite made it. So that's what it's called, but it's not as far as it's the mental aspect of it and how you think. Your balance, your right and your left brain is balanced. Your masculine and your feminine is balanced, and you become one with your whole being. So you can think on both sides as one. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Unless y'all have a question, or if y'all just came in, y'all don't know what's going on, y'all gonna have to wait and get to the beginning of this. But the Last Supper by Da Vinci, it has to be by him because there's several other artists that painted the same thing and it looks a little different, but you have to get his version of it. Yeah, and the story of Da Vinci is very interesting. Now, I guess I can tell you that. So he was not allowed to go to college, even though he was very smart and brilliant. While his other classmates from, whatever school he went to before could go off to university, he was not allowed to go because his mom was not married to his father. So he was not, back then they were looked down upon, and you're not good enough to go to our school because you don't have a daddy, or your mama is not married to your daddy. But that's why he's named after the town that he was born in or grew up in or whatever, because his mama couldn't marry his daddy because they were of mixed race. They outlawed mixing of races back then in Italy. So his mama couldn't marry the daddy. And so he got the last name of his town, baby. And yeah, he painted a picture of his mom. Go look at a picture of his mom. Just y'all gotta investigate a little bit further. Don't just take what people give you. Keep looking. Like act like your boyfriend is snooping around or your husband is being sneaky and you become that FBI investigator, or your woman is sneaking around and doing stuff that she don't never do before, glasses of champagne out on the dance floor. And act like that when it comes to knowledge, and you will see a lot more stuff when it comes to just regular things. Like, okay, Leonardo da Vinci, okay, he was a little different. I'm gonna look into his background, like see what's going on, what's really going on. Like, let me get his backstory. What most people should do anyway. When learning about somebody or getting to know someone. See, when you learn about people, even if it's their ancient history, you're getting to know them as well in a way. So you need to know their background. So basically his mom was not all the way, what his daddy was. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let y'all do the research. I've already told y'all several videos, but so they didn't get married. And the movie, The Da Vinci Code, y'all remember that with Tom Hanks? And they called him because there was a murder in the museum, and they left some cryptic message on him. Oh, thank you, Mirror Mirror, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Oh, that was very nice. 100K. Oh, I did make it to 100K. Yes, I forgot. Thank you, Mirror Mirror, Sprinkle Sprinkle. That was $100 for 100K. Oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that, Mirror Mirror. I like that name. Thank you. Wow, I feel so honored. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yay, I finally made it after all these years. But yeah, thank you guys. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here. So I will give you that honor for getting me here and allowing me to do what I love. I appreciate it. I like to give y'all information. That $100 caught me off guard. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Leonardo. Yeah. So, okay, so Leonardo also painted a lambda sign in the Last Supper as well. Remember the lambda sign looks like a little A or upside down V? He painted that in here too, somewhere. I saw it. I'm like, why he got an A on the wall? That makes no sense. But after further research, the lambda, the gamma rays. Let me see if I can see it again. Oh wait, I'm on my Instagram. I need to be on my photos. Like, I'm not gonna find it there. Where did it go? Oh, this is a very bad. Let me get the original one that I have. Okay. Anyway, y'all can probably see it on, just like zoom in. It's on the wall behind Jesus, okay, somewhere. Back there somewhere. Oh, here it is. I don't know if that's what it is. Yeah, it might just be a messed up picture. I don't know, but y'all can go look for it. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Like, for real. So, okay, I'm not getting into all this and this and that. It don't matter. None of that matters. Everybody's supposed to be one anyway, so it really don't even matter. The point is, it doesn't matter how the message comes out. Did you get it? Right, there you go. Y'all worried about being politically correct, aesthetically correct, grammatically correct, regional correct. It's not even a word. I'm just making up words. Y'all worried about that, but can't see the alien in the picture. Okay? Y'all worried about, some of y'all are worried about the proper this and the proper that, but y'all can't see with what I'm, what I'm trying to show you. So we need to get past that part and look at what, the real message is. The real message is hidden, and too many people are hung up on people. Oh, it's not this, it's not that, trying to correct you on things that don't matter. And they're missing the whole information. Okay, so we have to stop doing that, because that's just a way to try to, distract from what's really going on and what you really need to know. They can't see the rooter from the tutor, right? Yeah. Original language was artwork. That's right. Look at the symbols. Look at the wall. Live your life off the wall, baby. So all this plague and corona, whatever, that's already been written. That's what the plagues of Egypt was. If you ain't got the lamb juice on your door, if you don't have the lamb blood on your door, you might get the plague. You might get the Rona. That's all it said. Okay. Um, if you are living what they call in sin or as a sinner would, that means you partake in all of their sinful ways, which is mean their diet, their, whatever. So your immune system might not be as high as your ancestors' immune system who did not partake in those ways. So that's all it means. Okay. And so if you if you're raising your frequency, if you got it, if you have a good immune system, if you have the blood on your door, you know what a door is, right? An entryway into your skin is the door. If anything, if any type of plague was to come to you, if any type of germ were to get on you, it would have to enter into a hole in your body. Your skin has pores. It'll be your mouth, your eyes. You got melanin in your eyes. My eyes are brown. Mouth, you know, uh, skin. That is your door. This is your outside of your body. So that would represent that. Then Sasha made me buy Scooby Doo because y'all, you can get regular movies from the movie theater on your TV now. Tell me why Scooby Doo was about the same thing, where he was abducted by, basically T'Challa's sister from Wakanda and a Falcon Man, aka Heru, and this dusty, evil villain that looked like a cross between Nikola Tesla and Vincent Price had this like machine blimp looking spaceship that was putting out a bunch of pollution. Right. Anyway, y'all have to go watch. It was Sasha said it was too rushed. Sasha is like really getting into decoding stuff and she likes the feeling to decode it. She likes the storyline. And so when she watches cartoons, she feels as if they're rushed and to get the message in. And I said, you're right, because they have to keep children's attention. I said, you're a little bit older, but if a kindergartner is going to watch Scoob, or a first grader or even a third grader, their attention span is not long as yours and they're not sitting here decoding. They want to know what happens next. They don't know what's happening next because they don't know how to decode. They can't see the end because they don't see what the thing even means. So Sasha, knowing how to decode, she knows what's going to happen in the end because it's already written, right? So it's like, they should have slowed it down. They should have, I was like, yeah, but you're not the average, low attention span child. So, mhm. Girl, so Scooby represented the black person because y'all know they couldn't put black people together with white people when Scooby Doo first came out because that would have been taboo. So they go ahead and made him a dog. And he hung out with Shaggy, who was always smoking weed and had the munchies. And so they was two potheads in a band. And Scooby was the black dude. He was the token black. And Mystery Inc., you know, I used to watch Scooby Doo every day. That's why I'm always so suspicious. I'm like, I see. Um, it's true. Scooby is Anubis. Y'all are silly, but it's true. Poor Scoob. Anyway, you said someone else said that too? Yeah. Back in the old days, they just didn't do that. It was very taboo. Hmm. Sure, I commented earlier in the painting and that the dude third from the left is holding up his hands like 5D mention. Yeah. The which one? The third dude from the left. Okay, let me look. Hmm. Hmm. He's yeah, his pinky is hiding. But see, they're all touching each other. All of these are connected. They're all one. See, if you look over here, all of them are touching each other in some form or fashion. And then if you look on the other side, none of them are touching each other. They are divided, you see? And they're arguing. And they're like, see what they got over there? We ain't got that. Why you always arguing with me? Just because I got a red afro, they don't mean I'm you know what I'm saying? So they're basically us arguing back and forth, divided, and they have the tail end of the whole reptilian system within, and they're eating the scraps. While over here, they have the head, the kid, the children, they got a little alien behind them. So they got more power and force and they're united. And then in the middle is Jesus, and he's on both sides, actually. If you look at this painting, he goes on both sides. He goes on both sides. So he's split in the middle. So he could go either way. He either way he about to slide. So that's what the whole painting is trying to show you, plus hidden interdimensional things. Like, you know how we are in the third dimension, but there are things that exist right here, but we can't see them because we don't have that spectrum or angle of light to see into the dimension right before us. Well, he put images in this painting that if you shift your angle and look at it with a different light source or cover up half of it, you'll see more and things will stick out like it's from another dimension. It's kind of like seeing a ghost. So yeah, just play with this painting. Just get your phone and just go into it like you would that magic eye book from the 90s with those illusions where the picture would pop out like a 3D photo. Right. Yes. Now, remember, things have layers of meaning. Okay. So once you get through the typical astrology meaning, okay, that's very simple. That's like first level. Okay, it's 12 zodiacs, 12 disciples. Okay, Jesus is the son. Kindergarten stuff. Okay. Look deeper. Keep looking deeper. And so that's the that's the numbers. Y'all remember in the Da Vinci Code when um, he had to solve what the meaning of those numbers and then draconian devil meant on, on that the dead dude. So they brought in Tom Hanks. The numbers were just a distraction. They were just the Fibonacci sequence. They were just a distraction to confuse people who were trying to figure it out. But then the draconian devil, think about this draconian devil. Devil is someone that makes it hard for you to thrive. A devil is someone who works against you. So they could also represent your lower self or your reptilian lower self. Okay. So he said, oh, this is an anagram for Leonardo da Vinci. Okay. And then it said draconian devil, the saint, what it said? Some type of saint. Anyway, but I'm trying to find it. Okay, so anyway, the saint part turned and basically was Mona Lisa anagram. This is Mona Lisa. Um, yeah. So he was saying, look at the painting of Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, because there was hidden messages in there. Thank you, Otha Clark. I'm late. What did I miss? Everything. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, though. You'd have missed everything. You had to wait to the beginning. But thank you. I appreciate that. Right. So it's an anagram, draconian. And then he also painted aliens and reptilians hidden in his paintings. And if y'all know his story, supposedly he was roaming around the forest studying nature because, they didn't let him into the university to study with his peers. So he was walking around trying to figure out stuff. And so his story is that he disappeared for 2 years and then he resurfaced and he was like started to draw, invent things, study human anatomy. So he said that he wrote down that he went into a dark cave or cave and, was taken somewhere and, shown so many things. And then he came back with all this knowledge. But we don't know what's true or what's not true. But when he came back and he started painting in his artwork, he would paint hidden aliens inside of his artwork. So there's one laying right on the table of the Last Supper if you look at it from the correct angle, with the correct focus. It's crazy, right? So he was a mad genius. Like I'm not impressed by too many people in history, but it seems as though some people have just so much insight or it's just a different view that most people don't. Imagine being able to see in several dimensions at one time. Imagine being able to paint several dimensions in one painting and would look normal to the normal eye. You said he was a clone. Like, amazing, right? Mm-hmm. As soon as you talked about he disappeared, it started lagging. Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. Like Gucci Mane, reptilians kidnapped Gucci. I think didn't he just go to jail? I don't know. Do you think Trump is really taking I don't know. If you know about certain things ahead of time and you know how everything goes down and you know everything, you don't worry about certain things. Mhm. The reason why Donald Trump ain't worried about nothing is because he understands what it is. Like, yeah, I can say stuff a million times. People have been programmed to believe where their frequency takes them. So honestly, whatever your frequency is, whatever level that you're on frequency wise, however you can see dimensionally, however you think, that's what you're going to believe. That will be your future. Thank you, Sung Moon Sprinkle Sprinkle. Love both your channels, Boo. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Didn't Gucci Mane just go to jail? Yeah. He worked out, stop eating, right? Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yes, so basically he went to jail, lost weight. I think. I don't know. Did he go to jail? Maybe he just lost weight. I have no idea. I don't keep up with that. Takeshi 69. Y'all know that's code for the rainbow, right? The universe. The 6 and the 9. He was in jail, now he free. The parallel universe, how things work backwards. He a snitch, he ain't getting got. Okay. He was in prison, right? So he's the parallel universe, the 6 and the 9, the rainbow. So he's all the colors. He's a mix, baby. He good on any. He good locked up. He good free. Even though he's a snitch or whatever, Anubis, Snoop Dogg, people was getting at him with that, but he's still alive. He's still free because we're coming into the 5D now, where everything works, where the laws of physics work backwards, where there's a parallel. There's 5D. Hmm. Time goes backwards. Exactly. It's like he never went to jail at all. It's like he never snitched at all, baby. Ah, it's kind of like the Mandela effect in reverse. Think about it. I could have swore he snitched, but he's still alive. Anywho, yeah. So reptilian has nothing to do with being good or bad. It is just a form, a type of being, a shapeshifter. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to communicate with you that I was evil, but I had to shapeshift into something that looks evil, right? I would have to shapeshift into something crafty, sneaky, have to use certain things to get my way. I would have to transform myself into that so that you could understand my my persona. Okay. So if I wanted to show you that I was sweet and innocent and pure, I would turn into a unicorn or something, so that the frequency between you and I would be understood so that we could communicate in a way. So a shape shifting, quote unquote, reptilian energy or being simply represents the type of reptilian being that it is. What form does it come in? You know, is it showing you its true colors? Is it showing you, is it tricking you? Or is it being sincere? Or has it mastered itself and it is what it is? And is it of higher intelligence? Is it the head of the reptilian or is it the tail of the reptilian? So it's not good or bad. Y'all have to get out of this pillar and that pillar. It's this pillar. Okay. Everyone has to realize, it's not about good or bad. It just is. It is what it is. Thank you, Terry Pointer, Sprinkle Sprinkle. You see the head? Okay, Cheryl, how you doing? So you got to understand that it's too late anyway. Basically it's too late. If you don't know something by now, if you think the world is out to get you, if you think all reptilians are evil, that means all people are evil. So you have to understand that. You gotta understand that not all are the same. That's just like all stereotyping people, and you get mad when someone stereotypes you, but you're gonna stereotype something because you know how they say, oh well, you should know better. You're ignorant to this culture, or you're ignorant to what this means. But when it comes down to certain things, we all are ignorant in a form or fashion because we don't do enough research. We don't learn enough about things in order to not judge or in order to not divide. Or so we have to understand that. We try to keep a form through the utilization of sound. Yeah. So that was, I talked about sound and light. When they cross, that's the cross. The vibration and the light. The sound and the light must cross. That's when you enter into the kingdom. It's the sacred geometry. It's like, and a sound rang across the universe. We trying to keep a form through. Oh, I already read that. Can you please talk about the? I don't like. I am so sorry, you guys. I have never studied Islam, so I really can't talk about something I don't know. But you're more than welcome to put it in the comments. Um, it, it's pretty much probably the same, just different words. It's all code. All code is the same thing. All stories are the same. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same. Mhm. Can you talk about why Islam exists? Why Christianity exists? Because different people need different messengers. Okay? That's probably why. Different people need different stories in order to see that they're all the same. All the stories are similar. Talk more about polarity and coming into the middle pillar in lay terms. Mix, mixed race become one. Masculine and feminine become one. Left brain, left brain, right brain become one. Left cheek, right cheek. Okay, become one. Stop thinking good and evil. Just start asking questions. Why? Why did you do this? Why do you choose this? Get the backstory of stuff. Um, Stop assuming because someone said something that is true, and do your own investigation and give everyone you know, um, the same treatment as you would give someone to tell their story. You know, just kind of understand. Try to understand rather than to fear or to point fingers or to label. Try to understand first, or try to comprehend. I'll say. Try to put yourself in their shoes to see if you would do the same thing if you were them. Because everything looks different from your perspective, just like in that um, Last Supper painting. Depending on which angle you look and how you cross your eyes, and is going to determine what you're going to see. So, if you were in a certain position, if you were born into this family, just like you were born into your family, and you had to do A, B, C, and D. Um, if you were switched out and your consciousness was put into, let's say, Donald Trump or whoever consciousness, and you are in a position, what would you do the same? What would you do differently? Oh, well, I would do A, B, C, and D. Well, if you did that, then what? Then this would collapse, and if you did that, then this would happen. So people don't realize that when people get into a certain position, they have oaths and obligations to also uphold, from thousands of years down the line. And they've chosen you know, their path. And so, you know, even though if you don't agree with something that they're doing, they know their oath and they're keeping their oath. Most people that are looking at them don't even know that there is an oath. They don't even know who they are. And they don't even understand what's happening. So that's why lots of people are treated a certain way because they don't know who they are. And then you have people that know who they are and they understand what's happening and they already know that it works out. It'll be fine because they know the story, they know the oath, and they know no matter what, something is going to happen and that's just is what it is. And knowing that, people can pretty much stay calm, don't live in fear, they're not angry because they already know who they are and they kept their oath. Their oath was to remain, quote unquote, you know, um, faithful. And what that means is to remain in the word or remain in the name or remain in the body of Christ. And so they don't have anything to worry about. They do not partake in the same rituals or eating habits as, certain um, others do. And so they're good. So if you know who you are and you know thyself then you don't really have too much of an issue. It's just information to you. And it's just a, okay, well, that's what time it is. Okay, well, it's almost time. All right, then, it's an indicator for you. That's all it is. It's just an indicator. So we got to stop living in fear because, okay, so for example, you know how the parallel universe that was just discovered, that's always been there. It ain't just been discovered. They're just telling you about it because things are about to shift. Okay. Um, Whatever you're creating here, the amount of fear that you're creating here is being stored in your DNA. The idea is stored in your DNA. The terror or the treatment is being stored in your DNA. And the a lot of stuff is being stored in your DNA because you don't know who you are, so there's nothing there to be input, or there's nothing there to be realized, or there's nothing there that you're conscious of. So they're planting what they want you to be in your future, even in the parallel universe. So in this universe, okay, so in this universe, they're planting all these things into you. So generations from now, it's going to show up in your offspring or your offspring's offsprings, you know. And so we don't want to buy into it. We want to get as much information and just see it as an indicator of what time it is. Okay. So, for example, a lot of people are saying, what this virus really is. It's fake. It's being pushed through 5G and nanoparticles, nanobots, or whatever, and it's only attaching to certain frequency beings. If you have a low frequency, it's gonna get to you, A, B, C, and D, right? And it's true. It's scientifically possible. I already did the research months ago. I said months and months and months ago, 5G is being pushed. I mean, uh, the virus is being pushed through 5G because if it's water and then 5G is frequency waves, then that can also carry water through the air at a certain frequency and bring it directly to you, as well as mutated. And when it lands on one person, their frequency is different, so it mutates on them, and then they cough, and then 5G spread it to the next person whose frequency is different on them. So that's how it mutates. It mutates via your frequency. That's why everybody who got it ain't sick, because it's a frequency. It's a frequency indicator. So let's say it hops on you, like, okay, oh, well, your frequency is too high. Just cough and get it over with so I can go to the low frequencies. Okay. So it's kind of like that. So that's why I never took it seriously. That's why I'm not all scared like most people. And that's why I just, I already know how it ends. I already know I'm not gonna get it. So I'm not even worried about it. My kids don't worry about it like that. So, but I've seen people that live in fear, and that lowers your vibration. So if it gets on you, yeah, falling, exactly. If it get on you, oops, shouldn't have been in fear. Should have known who you were. Should have known you wasn't gonna get it. You know. So understand that y'all have to stop living in fear. The reason people fear stuff is because they don't know any better. They don't do their own research. So they just are hungry for some information. So they take what they're given, and you're given fear. And so you thrive in, that frequency. They thrive on that frequency. You don't thrive. You are actually not thriving. You're being robbed. Okay. So I like, y'all know how I think. Y'all know, like, whatever. I ain't worried about that. Blah, 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 blah. That's how you gotta be. You gotta be like, I don't. That's not for me. But I know, because I already knew last year. Change the diet, get that immune system up. Don't, no meat, no dairy. Don't even drink. Don't do no type of drugs. I'm good, baby. My frequency high. I think I'm, the greatest thing ever. So my frequency is too high. I won't get it. It's gonna jump off of me and get on someone else. And hopefully it'll jump off of them and get on someone else or whatever. Because It's just we're not on the same frequency. So it can't do anything. Thank you, Sarah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What are my thoughts on David? Like, he's cool, but he don't be telling the rest of the story. Like he leave all the good juicy details out. But he does expose a lot of stuff, and he don't tell you, what it all really boils down to. Mhm. But for the most part, he's okay. Yeah, look, I am the virus. Shoot. Y'all better be happy I made it vibrate high. And the bad thing is, okay, so here's like because I like just think. So if the virus is on me and I'm vibrating high, now the virus is vibrating high, right? Oh, I'm extra high today. Let's say it lands on someone with a low frequency. That's going to get them super sick because their frequency is not matching. And that virus is going to jam their system and it's going to win because it's piggybacking off of my energy and 5G. Okay. So that's how it mutates. So that's why they want to keep you quarantined. That's why they want you to separate. Like people be around like people. Okay. If you are not, you know how they say separate yourselves in the Bible? That means get away from people that's not like you, get away from people that don't think like you, get away from people that have a low frequency. And if you have a high frequency and they got a low frequency, either you gonna kill them because they're not gonna kill you with the corona, you know? Oh, that's why you need to wear the mask because you could have it and not have any symptoms. Yeah, because I vibrated too high, so I ain't got no symptoms. So wear the mask so you don't have to. You see, that's why Trump don't wear the mask. He think he the best thing ever. He can't get it. He don't wear no gloves. He out there breathing in air. His frequency is too high, even though you might not like him. He's very confident. He has very optimistic views of himself and whoever to even vibrate on a level to get that. So he's walking around just not caring because he knows how it's spread. He knows how it mutates. He knows that especially if you know the outcome of something and everyone around you doesn't, and they're all nervous and their frequency is low and they're scared, that is not going to affect you at all, your frequency at all. So yeah, he's narcissist. He ain't not affected. He's not gonna get him. I mean, think about this. How many rich narcissistic people have gotten the COVID and died? I'll wait. Now, there's rich people that, worry a lot and have low frequency too. But I said rich narcissistic people. They're not affected because oh, that's not real. That's not gonna happen to me. I'm too whatever. Um, you said he wore a mask because of the Michigan governor. Yeah, that he tired of people telling him, "Oh, you got the corona." Transmitted through the iPhone. Why they don't die? Because they multiply, baby. I don't know. They just don't think that it's their time. I don't know. What do I think about Elon Musk? I don't think anything. Like, to me, so many people are like talking about him, da da da. Da. Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't have any thoughts about him at all. Like, and I don't really care. Mhm. I don't really care about what they're doing because it doesn't really affect things in the future. Mhm. Um, the 5G is killing people. Yeah, that's like You got to get, yeah, a lot of people are going to die. Yeah, you're right. A lot of people are going to die because they don't know how to combat 5G. Hold on a second. I had a book. Where my book go? They don't know how to combat 5G. I think I left it downstairs. There's a simple science behind how to combat 5G with electromagnetic energy, crystal stones, and like metal, copper, and your diet. It's a formula. Just like there is a formula to raise your immune system up so that you would not produce extra mucus and vibrate low in fear and get the corona. There's a formula. It's called preventative measures. So you eat healthy, you're alkaline, you wear certain crystals, metals, da, 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 you become more of an electromagnetic force field, I'm sorry, around you. Okay. And so y'all watch that video that I did with Roz Ben. He explains it perfectly, and get his book 5G Wellness 101. It explains it perfectly, gives you all the tools. So remember how they said people will perish due to a lack of knowledge? This is part of it. Why do you think the ancient Egyptians always had stones and gold and jewelry on? Because they had the same technology and they were creating an electromagnetic field around themselves as a force field. Yes, I did a video. It's a two-part video, like a couple of weeks ago. Hmm. And mhm. Yeah, nobody lives forever. You gonna die, but you don't need to die today. You don't need to die tomorrow. You don't need to die from 5G either. That is preventable. So, um, that's preventable. You can live because you have knowledge, or you can die because of lack of knowledge. It's up to you. But I don't convince people anymore of anything. It's their life. If it's valuable to them, they'll figure it out. Or they'll watch and they'll listen instead of, not listening. So it doesn't really matter. The information is there. Take it or leave it, baby. Jay-Z forever young. And all we have to do is press rewind. Mhm. I just ordered a big hematite necklace and pyrite earrings. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have those. It's a game, play to win. That's right. Play to win. The strategy. That's all it is. The strategy. It's not what's right or wrong, what's healthy or not. It's strategy. Because things change, frequencies change, environments change, um, weather changes, systems change. But if you're doing the same thing as you were doing when it was not changed, then you're at a disadvantage. So that's all I'm saying. Hmm. Um, thank you, thank you. You said a Shira and Ralph Smart collab. Yeah, I don't think that would be a good collab because I'm all over the place and I say what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And I go live. So I guess it could be recorded, but I say what I'm going to say. MJ Energy is with us right now. Yes. I could dance like Michael Jackson. I could give you thug passion. Smooth Criminal is thug passion, baby. It's right in the middle. Hmm. Um, you made a post earlier with some gems. Where can I buy red garnet? Anywhere. Mhm. Anywhere that sells it. Air Theodian sells also stones as well. The person that made my beautiful jewelry that one time, I'll show you their Instagram. They also have an Etsy store so that you can check them out. They sell stones and jewelry. So I have a garnet as well. You can check out Infinite Treasures. They also have like big garnets. Where's my uncle? I have to put all the information in the description bar. So about the people that I'm talking about. So they make Infinite Treasures makes jewelry, unks, and they use, you know, they cut their own stones, and so it's a good source. I have a bigger one like this with a big red garnet. It's so pretty. It's downstairs in my room, but yes, Infinite Treasures dot com or something like that, or dot org. Could be dot org. Infinite Treasures.org. I did a whole video with featuring their unks and jewelry. Thank you, Alexis. Do you watch Dolo or Spiritual? So no, I don't. Sorry, I'm too busy like researching and reading and doing my other stuff. I wish that I watched more people, but I'm the type of person that you got to be impressive. You know what I mean? I got to be impressed. Like, I did see this one guy. He's funny. I can't remember his name, but I'm subscribed to him. I'm so sorry because I'm bad with names. But he's always saying he like Michael Jackson. And he says he works with the archangel Uriel, and I think he does rap too. And I was commenting on some of his videos. Y'all know who I'm talking about? Anyway, it would be fun to do a collab with him. That's Dolo. Okay, see, I don't know. See, I don't know their name. I just be clicking and watching. Dolo. Okay. I like Dolo. Because he says like the stuff that I say, but 20 times faster and laughs at it. And then does the Michael Jackson hee. I'm like, the whole time he's talking, I'm absorbing it and laughing, and then I get the hee added bonus. So I'm like, I like him. He's funny and he knows what he's talking about and he can spit it fast. So hmm hmm if you are white person in universe, are you black person in parallel universe? That's a good question. If the laws of physics work backwards and time, what is time? 4D, the sun. If time, which is monitored by the sun, like if there was no sun, how would we measure time? If there were no time and it goes backwards, that means you lose your melanin. Like Michael Jackson. He was remembering the time. He was rewinding the time. So when he turned himself, when he got the bleach for his vitiligo and he was white, then on a parallel universe, he back at Thriller. He back at Off the Wall, baby. Okay. He's like, I'm not going out like that. I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson here and I'm Michael Jackson there. You know what I mean? That's a gift that you cannot give up. That's a sacrifice. Now that's a sacrifice. I'm gonna give up my melanin so I can have it on the other side, so I could be born with this DNA, so I could still be Michael Jackson. I can't give up Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson. You know, who are we gonna have in his place? Who gonna be the Elvis? I don't think so. I can't. Black Elvis. Mm-mm. I I don't. I won't. Michael Jackson. I'm glad he did what he did so he could be the same. That's why his bad album That's the picture they always use when they're like referring to him when he was right in the middle on bad. And he had the jerry curl and the baby hairs, and he was in the middle in the smooth criminal era, right at 6 o'clock. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. So that's why Drake always saying, either way, I'm gonna slide because I'm both. I'm I'm both. I'm black and I'm white or whatever. He said, so it don't matter. Um, and why did he choose to adopt or have white kids so he could have black kids on the other side? He does have a black son, um, B. Howard. Look at that. Blanket is his son, though. Blanket is his son. Blanket is his real son too. But Paris and Prince are not. They're just adopted. Via Debbie Rowe being artificially inseminated by her boss. Okay. Mhm. But don't be fooled. Michael Jackson was never Caucasian. Mm. That's why you gotta keep the balance. That's why they had that scale. That way you remain who you are. Like, okay, well, um, he said, nope, I can't go out like that. And remember, we alter our reality with our thoughts, um, our frequency, our creation. So you can totally alter something if you want the, because we're coming into the shift into the 5D. If you want to alter something, you can definitely alter it by creating it the opposite here. Hmm. So that's why it's very important to remain calm, to be balanced, to not see things as good or evil, not to pick a side, not to care enough to be one thing or the other, because you will always be in constant struggle, battle, confusion, and unbalance. That's why y'all see me. I don't care. I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't care. I don't vote anyway. I don't care if there's no good or bad, and blah 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 blah. Because on the other side, I'm probably gonna be the same because I don't care. I create my own world. I decide what I want. I am not swayed easily by what other people want me to be. So therefore I get to choose who I am, you know? I get to choose if I want to care about something or not, you know? When you fear something that happens even more. That's right. That's kind of why I let my kids be free. Because, if you try to mold someone into something, you're only molding the opposite thing, you know, on the other side. Mhm. Right. Like a child. You said Dolo collab. Okay, well, y'all know what y'all gotta go do. Y'all know what y'all gotta go do to Dolo channel. Y'all gotta go hit them up in them comments. Go, I need to collab with us, share our star guys. Like y'all did Billy Carson. Y'all gotta go hit him up. Y'all gotta go hit up Dolo. Okay. I'll probably be laughing the whole time. Y'all know when I talk to people, I just let them talk and I give my little 2 cents and what do I do to ground myself? Don't care. Take a deep breath. Um, drink water. If you have, they got CBD oil or CBD gummies y'all could take, whatever, if y'all feel like y'all need to calm down for some reason. But I just really not that concerned about certain things because I don't think it affects me. Hmm. You said my 2 cents be strong points. Well, I try. I try. Hmm. He's live right now. Okay. And so I'm the middle pillar. Yeah. Thank you. So, a lot of the celebrities, like I said, a lot of people know what's going on. They are into the esoteric stuff. It's true. I'm sorry that some people don't believe this, but it is what it is. They are a major part of playing roles to send messages to. Okay. So remember that a lot of people have generations and generations of people that understand all of this, and sometimes they were taught as children or taught as soon as they enter into the industry. It doesn't take that long to learn. If you have someone that knows a lot and they just tell you and show you examples and things are you know revealed to you in some form or fashion, it doesn't take a lot to get information when you have privilege and you know a lot of higher up people. Okay. On our level, the common people, um, it it takes a little longer. It takes a little bit more digging. You don't know certain things. You Most of the time it's guesswork or hope, or you look to other people with more credentials. Or you trust yourself and then you know end up being right. So just know that, make sure that you don't doubt other people's ability to know certain things, because it's just not right. Hmm. So is the eclipse on June 5th the official shift into 5D? Well, we'll see. you know it's not, remember, there's no time. So 5D and 3D can exist at the same time. So it is for some people. Hmm. 99,000 people die every year from germs acquired in the hospital. Then don't go to the hospital. And if you're in the hospital, you're already sick anyway. So your immune system is low. You know, um, if your immune system is low, then germs are easily caught. That's why I prefer only going for emergencies to the emergency center, not the hospital. You know those little private emergency rooms where no one's there? That's where you go. And then once they get you stabilized and they might have to transfer you to a hospital, at least you get to pick the hospital you're in. At least you have, at least you can prepare. At least you can maybe, get a private room or something. Um, I don't know. But hopefully, if you are practicing preventative health, you know, you won't have to go to a hospital unless you hurt yourself and you can go to a just regular emergency room unless you need surgery or something. Like, I try to stay away from doctors. Like, mm-mm. I haven't been. Did the maimed people reach America before Columbus? I'm sure a lot of people reached America before Columbus. Oh, yeah. Do I still do readings? No. I stopped doing readings for people like a year ago, maybe a little longer than that. Mhm. I don't do readings anymore. I'm so sorry. In Billy's video, he said Amun Ra owns this planet till 2025. You said 5G will be back. The gods. Could this mean Ra will return in 2025? Nine. Could be. Could be. If you walk amongst the gods, if you were, if you've been here since the beginning of my video, you'll see a lot of the stuff that I was talking about in the Last Supper painting. They reveal a lot of quote unquote gods or godlike beings that I wouldn't even call them gods in the fact that they're worshipped, but they just because they may be more intelligent, they're gods in their own sense. So yeah, I definitely think that's the future. I mean, look at Star Wars. Look at every sci-fi movie. They walk among us. Some people will become the gods. Some people will, you know, transform into a higher version of themselves. hmm You can tell the people that think, that feel that, they are what you call it being activated and just information is just streaming into them. You can tell when you talk to someone that they know who they are, they know where they stand. They don't like to talk evil or good, bad. They're very neutral in what they speak because they understand the parallel, they understand polarity, they understand balance. So, that's the difference between human thinking and God like thinking, not God as like source of the universe, but a higher mind. So if you want to get to that status faster, stop thinking good or bad. Just ask questions. Ask why. Try to understand it and know stuff rather than fear stuff or not learn about it and just accept what someone told you, even if it's probably false. So you know how they say gods are, they know everything, or they're omnipresent, and they know all. It's because they go and do their research and they don't judge and they keep acquiring knowledge and information instead of staying in fear or repeating something someone said, whether it's true or not. And even if they do, they go and correct it. They keep growing. So we can't get stuck. Okay. If that means you're stuck in evolution, you're stuck in the evolution and you keep going back to the fear aspect of it. So what is the opposite of fear? All right. Opposite of fear. I feel like you're dangerous and I like it. Dangerous. Um, I'm right about the sun, the atmosphere thinning. The sun now has sunspots disappearing. And last time this happened, 1813, shared the mini ash age is coming. Yeah. Well, I don't really care about any of that stuff either because once you change frequencies, the sun can do what it wants because your frequency is going to change. Um, when your frequency changes, that changes everything, you know. So what the sun is doing, what we are doing affect each other as far as how we vibrate. So we could be causing that. So remember, everything balances, everything is fine. Don't worry about it. If it gets cold, it's probably because we're gonna be hot anyway. You start vibrating faster, you're gonna get hot. So maybe the planet does need to cool so that you won't be um, panting and can't breathe because it's too hot and fainting everywhere. Do y'all remember that movie with Will Smith, the I Am Legend? How those people that got the disease, they were like living in the dark and their metabolism was raised because the frequency of the earth got hotter and they weren't able to adjust with the frequency. Obviously, Will Smith did because he was fine or immune to it. So, you know, people's frequency, the universe, remember cosmic people, cosmic beings, you know, are all connected to the cosmos. And so whatever happens there happens within us too. Watching you change my frequency. Thank you, Miss D, the great sprinkle sprinkle. They said cold as hell. Hell is cold also. Well, hell is just something that you're not happy in, and there's not a. If you're talking about the halls of a mentee, that's different. Mhm. This that's me debating with the folks in these religious Facebook groups. They have so much ego. See that to be TB a gay agenda holding back the black community. We are entering Gemini to be mindful of that. Da, da, da. The thing is, okay, so if you focus on something, you're going to attract it. It's that simple. If you focus on something, you're going to attract it. If you have an emotion towards something, you're going to amplify it. If you hate something over here, you're going to love it over there. Okay? Life lessons, baby. If you hate something over here, you're going to love it over there in the parallel, baby. So just think like that. Never like how they say don't judge, just try to understand, just try to see why, just try to figure it out. Because it's not natural to judge. You've been taught that. You just want to ask a question like a child. Think about it. When children are small, they don't judge people because they weren't taught to judge yet. They just ask a million questions. Why you look like that? Why you talk like that? Why do you do this? They ask questions because they're trying to get information. They want to understand you. They don't want to judge you. Now, you can judge, but if you don't really feel that in your heart, if you don't really care, you're just saying something to say it because someone said something to you and you got to say something back, that's different. But if you truly are judging people and you feel a certain type of way about something and you are just, crazy and will kill over it, that's different. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Being very, very judgmental is going to backfire. So like, oh well, do what you gotta do. It's not me. I'm not worried about it. Do what you gotta do. So, and then people saying, oh, the gay agenda is being pushed. Everybody has free will. Everybody got free will. If it's being pushed, if it's being put in food, stop eating the food. Be vegan. Don't eat certain foods that you think have this in it. If you're so concerned, you know. Also, oh, well, they're pushing it on TV. Turn off the TV. Put something else on. Find some old movies. Oh, guess what? We watching Gremlins today. Gremlins is good. Watch. 80s movies are the best. If you don't, or you educate your kids if they're old enough, you tell them about it. Well, you see, they're trying to do A, B, C, and D. So remember when you watch that, just understand that everyone has their own agenda and it's up to us. We have free will to understand A, B, C, and D. Now here are the universal laws. And you know, we're in a game. This is strategy, baby. And so you explain it to them without being mean, without judging, and also to teach them about, as above, so below, as within, so without. You got to teach kids this because they're just going to follow you or whoever that they look up to. Yeah, my kids like Goonies too. Ghostbusters. Did I hear what little Boosie said? He's get grown women for his 12-year-old son to make sure they're straight. Um, I think he just talks to just be heard. Like honestly, I don't care what he's saying because if that's not someone that I'm impressed by or that I can learn anything from, um, I really don't not worried about it. Right. See, now that's why, okay, now let's go back to Michael Jackson. He knew the parallel universe was approaching. We already knew that since forever. Man in the Mirror. So, what were all the rumors? Thank you, Tremaine. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That was very generous too. Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. Smooth criminal. That's right. Oh, Michael Jackson is broke. Oh, he turned himself white. Oh, he got white kids. Oh, he's guilty. Oh, so on the opposite side, he's just building himself right back up to where he want to be. Right back where I want to be. That's the song Too Bad. That means there's two of me and I'm bad on both sides because I'm too bad. The remix with Wyclef. Y'all got to go listen to that. Too bad about it. So that's why it's starting to make sense now. Like if someone slaps you on the right cheek, turn and give them the other cheek, that means you slap them on the other side. Or they never slapped you at all. Or you slapped them 2 times and they never slapped you. I don't know. But you bad on both sides. Can you talk about TikTok wipe challenge? Yeah, Sasha did an animation. She's into animation now. She did an animation. Sasha, come let me see your animation for the wipe challenge. I wonder if you heard me. Yeah, I saw that. Sasha drew one because she said it's too hard to do, or she just wants to draw. She's an animator. She's trying and practicing all day. Sasha, I know she can hear me. I'm texting her. Mm-hmm. Left cheek, right cheek. Yeah, that I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet. Okay. Parallel universe. Smooth criminal. So the closer we get, the more we have to become what we want to be there. You know, if you don't want to be the opposite, you better get together. You better get it together. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Sasha! I don't think she wants to share it, but it was pretty good. Maybe I can find it on TikTok on my phone.
You all know, I'm not a little boy, I'm a girl, just in case you were wondering. No one else.
Hey, Sasha, come show me your animation before I try to find it.
What animation?
The wipe challenge.
No.
Okay.
It was a bad animation.
It was good to me. I thought it was cute. It's okay if you don't want to show it. Or the switch. No, the switch where the boy becomes the girl when the lights go out. Y'all remember that one? TikTok time. Mhm. Haven't it always been parallel? Yeah, it's always been that way now. But when NASA discovers it, NASA is like Columbus. NASA be discovering stuff that's already been there from the ancient times. So, but when NASA says it, it's widely accepted. So, but we already knew it was there. Been talking about that since 2 years ago. Um, NASA gave my husband confirmation on a parallel. That's good. See, NASA's for those people that don't know. Now they know. It's like, see, I told you I've been saying that for 20 years, for 5 years, Told you it was a parallel universe. Just like in the movie Us. Um, I feel that we'll be able to experience the backwards parallel universe. Like the Venus. See, that's why, I'm like right here where I am. I'm not like sometimes you just kind of know subconsciously stuff. So you stay in a certain mindset, you stay in a certain, frequency, you stay in a certain, you know, where you're happy. It could be this tax bracket or that tax bracket. You stay where you are comfortable and most happy and thriving. When you start to get to that greedy level versus that needy level, you right there, that is where you're most happy anyway. Because when you get too much, it's like you got more money, more problems, like, notorious big. So the the comfort zone is where you want to stay. Why do you think MJ always gave away his money? Whenever he got money, he always gave it to charity. He was the celebrity that gave the most to charity. That's why people gave the most to him over here. That's why his album will never be outsold globally. He gives globally, and so he gets back globally because of the parallel polarity. hmm Um, Back to the Future, exactly. I remember that Foot Locker commercial. Uh-huh. Blows my mind that Ashira's been talking about Mirror Universe. I remember that Mirror Universe video. It's like a while back. I don't believe in flat Earth, baby. It's if it's anything, it's a donut. It's a tunnel. It's a revolving fourth to fifth dimensional donut. It's a torus. Okay. Um, so I don't believe in flat Earth because that means I'm 2D. If I live on flat Earth, then I'm flat too. Okay. And if I'm not flat, then I'm not on flat Earth. If I'm not 2D, I'm not on 2D Earth. That's weird. Mhm. So I don't get into the flat Earth. To me, y'all going backwards. Literally, y'all going back to y'all are time is reversing to where people actually did think the Earth was flat. So those are those people. Like if you think the Earth is a donut, it's flat and round at the same time, then you good. Donuts are not flat. It's a 4D donut. Because think about it, how would the earth revolve if it were a donut? It would go inside and outside of itself. It would be like, you know? So it would go upside down. Boy, you turn me inside out, round and round. So it would be like the Taurus field. Exactly. See, you got it. 4D. Hmm. That's what I'm saying. Whatever you believe, that's where you will be. That's what will it will be the opposite actually. So you're right either way because we're moving into that thing. If I say donut, I'm right either way because it's round and it's 3D and it revolves. So I'm going to be right either way. Don't pick a side, just pick a donut, baby. Get you a donut. Which one you want? Chocolate glaze, sprinkle, sprinkle. Just get a donut. Enjoy. It doesn't matter anyway. I would rather have a donut Earth than be 2D. Okay. See, if you say, oh, Earth can't be flat. I mean, Earth can't be a sphere, but it could be a donut. Think about them physics. It could be a donut that revolves in and outside of each other, right? Mhm. Mm. You said water plus Earth. Hmm. Inner Earth becomes the outer Earth, day and night. There you go. It makes sense on the parallel universe. It's a different angle. If you tilt the Earth at a certain angle, you don't know what will happen. If you shine light on a planet from a different angle, all physics change. All your mathematical equations will be incorrect. So, people that base their knowledge on certain things, it could be changed at any moment. That's why you need to keep an open mind. Keep your mind open. Be prepared to understand and not to label or give assignment. Thank you, Alexis. How to do research when a lot of info is fake? Um, the best way to do research is to go to those studies that are published by, scientists and stuff that are not really out for the public. You just have to stumble upon them by using keywords when you Google search. Um, a lot of information is hidden in these very wordy scientific research papers that no one understands. I I'm kind of lucky because I do have, background in science. And so I can understand a lot of the scientific words that are used, like anatomy terms, microbiology terms, all that kind of stuff because, I used to be a mortician and we had to take all these classes and pathology, microbiology, anatomy, biology, then I of course read quantum physics books and just, I'm always watching the Forbidden Knowledge TV. And so it's like a bunch of information always coming through that checks out. I don't go to sources that don't have a lot of research done behind it. Like if I'm going to talk about gamma rays, melanin, and all that kind of stuff, I get that from scientists have been doing research for decades, for centuries. So don't look for conspiracy. Ask the right questions. That's how you research. You don't look up the conspiracy. You ask the question that you want the answer to. There you go. Like, why? Like, is donut Earth possible? instead of is the earth flat? You see, you're not giving a assignment. You're asking, is it possible? And that's it. And so you're not saying it is or it isn't. You're just saying, is it a possibility? Yes, it is. So if it is possible, then that means it very well could be. Just like you say, is flat earth possible? Then it very well could be. Is sphere earth possible? Then it very well could be. We live in a multiverse. So maybe on one universe, in that universe it's flat, and this universe is a donut, and that universe is a square, and this universe is a pyramid. Okay, so who cares, right? Does it really matter? Are you going to go live somewhere else if it's not flat? You going to be mad? It doesn't matter. That is a distraction. It's a distraction. Think about it, y'all. It's a distraction. It doesn't matter if it was flat, donut shaped, or a sphere. I'm still gonna be here. I don't care. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm still be on here live. I'm still be on here singing Michael Jackson. It don't matter. Like it's not gonna change nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. You still gotta wake up and do what you gotta do tomorrow, whether it's flat, round, or a donut. Ah, it's been written. It's been written. It don't matter. Think about what's. Oh, okay. Y'all flat earthers, think about this. What is the opposite of flat? Don't get into that parallel universe thinking you on flat earth. You said big booty. The opposite of flat is dang, there's lots of opposites. Hold on. The opposite of flat is bumpy. So you have a bumpy earth, vertical. No, not vertical. Yeah. Vertical and bumpy is the opposite of flat. Choppy. That's why we having so much bad weather because y'all flat earthers out here. Choppy, deep, high heeled. See the frequency. Emotional. Let's see. Busy. Yep. Busy weather. Inflated. Inflated with heat. Let's see what else. See what y'all flat earthers is doing to us. Don't even know. That's why y'all messing it up. Um, y'all the one that's making it messed up. See, we're right there and going into the parallel universe, and y'all are creating that with that flat Earth stuff because it's the opposite. If y'all want flat Earth, y'all got to think about 3D Earth. If y'all really want a flat Earth, like a castle, right? So everybody that believes in flat Earth is creating all this stuff. I'm blaming y'all. That's some flat earthers causing all that hurricane and fires and stuff. Okay. I'm just joking. I would never blame you because you don't know any better. Now you do. Just keep an open mind. That way, y'all remember on Ghostbusters where that lady said, "Choose a destructor," and then empty your minds, empty your minds. Don't think of anything. And then here come that State Puff Marshmallow Man because y'all remember old Ghostbusters movie because he was thinking about the marshmallow dude on the marshmallow package. Now, guess what's destroying the earth? The Marshmallow Man. Y'all remember when we were in elementary school and we used to laugh at people, ha, they thought the earth was flat. They said to the ends of the earth and the corners of the earth. Ha, ha, ha. We were laughing at them. Oh, they were stupid. They didn't know the earth was round, but all the other planets are round. Um, okay, now y'all got the t-shirt, the hat, and the bumper sticker. And that's why the world is messed up, because y'all done chose a destroyer. And keep your mind open. Don't choose nothing. The world is this a donut that revolves in it outside of itself and renews itself on a daily basis. See? And it's possible. And if it is, it is. And if it's not, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to assign it anything. It's going to be whatever it wants to be. You see, that's how we got to think. You said she was advanced. When you choose something, you're choosing remember, the opposite on the other side. And that could be the worst. That's why I read the definitions of words. Because words are very powerful. They're spells. When you say flat earth, the opposite of flat is bumpy, busy, you know, disturbed. So if you were to say, "Oh, that's cute."
Would you believe it was made out of leggings I didn't want?
Oh, Sasha made her a shirt out of leggings. Make me one too, girl. I don't have no leggings, but that's cute. Sasha made a shirt out of leggings. She made that little shirt out of leggings. She cut it. That's cute, girl, because I don't.
It's upside down.
It's better as a shirt.
Yes.
Y'all got some old leggings? Y'all know what to do. Uh-oh, the cat.
Kalika, no. Please, beg you.
Right. Flat earth, flat mind. Words are okay. I was saying yes. Words. Thank you, Sasha. Words are spells. So when you use a word, remember that rings out into the universe and starts creating exactly. Especially if we have the parallel universe, it's going to the parallel universe and creating the opposite, where physics works backwards and time works backwards. So you say flat Earth, that means messed up Earth over here. Bumpy Earth over here. So we cannot assign anything to what the Earth is or not. How are you supposed to know? Are you going to go get up in a spaceship, astral travel to the North Pole or the South Pole or the top of the firmament or wherever y'all? How are you going to ever truly, really, honestly know? You gonna wait till you die to see if it's real or not? Do you even have eyes? Are your eyes seeing in a different light spectrum to where it may look flat or be round, or will you be plasma and not even be able to see the Earth anymore because you're so small? See, so it doesn't matter. It never mattered. The only way it matters is if you try to make it matter. See? The only way it matters is if you try to make it matter. It don't really matter. It don't matter to me. Who want to go half on a rocket? Don't nobody care. Like, y'all were never like. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. Y'all don't care about that kind of stuff until somebody puts it in your face and convinces you to care. Go to the middle of the rainforest to the people that have lived there forever and ask them what they think about Earth, if it's flat or round. Ask them what they think about Elon Musk or Trump or the rockets or whatnot going up into outer space. Ask them what they think about the shift. And they're living the same no matter what because they don't care. Nothing changes for them. They just feel a high frequency and they're like, oh, I got some sprinkles. You know, life's good. But most people don't care about this type of stuff, but people try to influence you to care and to argue about stuff that you will never know the answer to anyway. Not for sure. Unless you can afford to say, oh, I'm going to go take a space trip. You don't know where you're going. They can have some chemicals on a plane or on a rocket that knock you out. They could just transfer your body into a big old movie studio. Or you could really be in outer space. But you would never know unless you became the builder, the engineer, the the astronaut, the builder of the rocket ship. Unless you become all of those things, you would never truly honestly know what's real or what is. But it doesn't really matter. What are you going to do tomorrow when you wake up? You going to go train to be an astronaut? What does our life number determine? I don't know. Just read about it. I forgot what mine meant, but every time I think about it or wonder, I just go look it up again. I think it just describes just your characteristics. Whenever I look up stuff like that, it just describes my characteristics. It doesn't describe what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. It just describes a few of my characteristics, which are very, you know, broad. Do you follow your tropical? I don't follow anything. I wake up and do what I'm going to do. You know, I used to read my horoscope every day. I used to do all these type of things, and then when I realized that I'm still going to get up and do the same thing tomorrow, I'm still the person who makes every decision and choice, which means that my life will go in that direction according to what I choose today. I wake up and I understand that if I don't attach to an idea or a certain understanding of something, that I can change it at any given time and create the life that I truly desire. So I don't allow anything to choose for me. I choose for myself. So I think that's why it's very important not to get caught up in something as a most definite thing, but just as a idea, just as a consideration, just as a suggestion, you know? So don't take it too seriously. It ain't that serious. It's a suggestion. Hmm. Right. So it's kind of like avatar, like a video game. Do you really start believing the physics in the video game? Do you really start believing that that character you chose to play is really you? Do you really feel that, the man talking on the video game who's quote unquote supposed to be the president has any power over you in a video game? Do you get emotionally involved? Does your blood pressure go up by playing the video game? Do you forget you're in a video game and keep playing because you realize that you're now so into it that you forgot who you were and you forgot that you had free will and you forgot all of this. Now you're being controlled by the video game. And now the video game has you as a character choice for someone else to come play through you. I don't know. So, yeah, virtual reality. Like, don't get caught up. Don't care enough. Like, be like a girl when it comes to playing video games. Y'all remember back in the old days when they had Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter? And I have a brother, so we would play video games, and he would know all the moves. He would know the names of the moves. He would know the names of the characters. I didn't know none of that. I just pushed all the buttons and still beat him. Okay. But he knew all the secret cheat codes and the back moves and stuff I never seen before. But I could get to the same moves by just pushing random buttons and just not caring. I was like, and I found and discovered new moves that he didn't even realize there were. He's like, how did you do that? How did you do that? I don't know. I just did like this. Do it again, but do it slower. I said, just do it real fast. So sometimes you don't take stuff so serious. You could still win, whether you know the moves or just do like this. You're still good, okay? Because you're not taking it so serious. Like, even if Earth is flat, I'm still good. I don't care. I'm still going to do the same thing as I was going to do tomorrow if the Earth was flat or round. I'm still going to get up and do it exactly what I was going to do. Still, don't even matter. So that's why it's a waste of time, baby. Just stop arguing about it. It doesn't matter. Unless you're making money off of it. Then I see your angle. If you're not making money on flat earth and you put energy into it, you done. Okay? At least make some money off of it if you gonna stick to it. Get paid. You know? That way when you wake up, it will matter because you'll have money in your bank account. Mhm. I would rather be if I would believe in flat earth, I would be the spokesperson for flat earth. I would go around making videos, getting paid for flat earth. I'm not just gonna be a believer because it doesn't matter. Okay? There you go. You got some earth spirits around you. I got I should hope so. I'm on earth. Yeah, let me know when you see an alien spirit, okay? Is it bad to only manifest for materialistic things? Well, manifest literally means taking it from thought into physical reality. So that's the only thing you can manifest. Just something to happen in physical reality. You going the opposite of manifest is what? What would be the opposite of manifest? Let me read it. Let me look up the opposite of manifest. 'Cause we manifesting over here. What we doing over there? Hold on, before we mess it up. Opposite. Look, oppos. This is how I do my research. Just asking stupid questions. Opposite of manifest. Ooh. Let's see what the opposite of manifest is. Adjective. Opposite. Hidden or secret. So you're hiding it. Or you're keeping it a secret. Or to hide, to mask, to deny. Ooh, y'all put masks on. So you're manifesting COVID virus over there. Oop and a oop. You put the mask on for COVID, You're manifesting it over there. That's why Trump said, I ain't wearing no mask. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. Okay. Behind the mask. Don't manifest that stuff over there. Take the masks off. The dead start to walk in their masquerade. There's no escaping the jaws of the alien this time. This is the end of your life. Doo, 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 doo. They're out to get you. They not out to get me. Okay, what was I gonna look? I was trying to find that mask video. Y'all know that Drake, the new Drake album cover, and he got on like a black mask, it's just his eyes showing. So he's covering up everything but his eyes. So he's hiding everything but his eyes. So now over there he can see. Okay. or oh, is he blind? He can't speak. Interesting. Now, just stay in the middle. Just stay in the middle. hmm They won't let you in stores. Order online. Shoot, they gonna let you in stores when they about to close them doors. Oh, we're running out of business. Oh, we're going out of business. Everything is 50% off. Come on in. Oh, you can't come in. You don't have on a mask. Oh well, I guess I'll just go shop over there. Bye. Yeah, so remember, can you tell us about imagination? You did a small section in your book. Yeah, imagination is keeping an open mind and what is possible. What is possible, not what is and what ain't, but what could be. That's where you want to keep your mind. And when you think about what's possible, that's how you become a creator. That's how you become a god or a goddess type being. Because if you think about it, everybody who's scared of the elite and Illuminati, how do you think they got to this reality? How do you think they created all of these things to happen? How do you think that they saw that it was possible to send the whole world into a panic right before the shift? Why wait till right before the shift to send the world into panic mode, to put masks over your face and to separate from each other? hmm And to, and it's remember the words, not what you think they mean, but what the words actually mean are important. Not, not what you think it means, but what it actually does mean. Separate and go within before the shift, right? Y'all remember back in the Revelations in the Bibles to say, stay in your house. What you know how to say you won't be able to buy anything without the mark of the beast. Oh, I wonder what that could be. Mm, you can't go in the store without a mask. A mask. Let's look what the opposite of mask is. Mask. The opposite of mask. enhance, reinforce, enhance. That's why I said the second round of COVID gonna be bad because it's enhancing it. It's reinforcing it. See? Revealing it, right? So the people that are saying nope, they're smart because they understand it's on the higher level. hmm Second round. So if we're going to the parallel universe, or if there's a parallel universe, then you ain't sick. And the mask will only reinforce the sickness. So I think, you know, I can't really say anything because like I said, it don't matter. I know I'm not gonna get it. So that's how you have to think. That's all it is. You said Jim Carrey, the mask, right? Yeah, that movie made him a certain way. Like he was a certain character before, and then he's like had all the confidence and things like that that he didn't have before. So it's like the opposite. So what was hidden was now revealed deep down inside of him. So anything that is deep down inside of you, the mask is only going to make it come out and reveal itself. And that's why people are saying, "Oh, you're done with masks, you're gonna get sick." It's literally, what it means. Mask off, future song. Exactly. He trying to tell y'all, take the thing off. I said, take the thing off. If you wear it for the correct reason, like if you are a patient that has a very low immune system because you have some type of illness and you've been wearing a mask since before anybody was wearing a mask, you know, fine. But if you're wearing it out of fear and out of what you don't know and out of like being scared or out of obligation to not be picked out, because I know that when I go into the store, if everybody is wearing a mask, I'll put one around my neck or I'll put it halfway up, but it's not going over my nose. I need to breathe. And so I didn't wear a mask today at all. And we went to the mall. We went um, to the drive-through, and I don't wear a mask. I haven't been wearing a mask only when I go to like I think I wore a mask twice and I took it right off because I can't breathe. So I don't really think I can get anywhere. I was wearing it more for other people's comfort. And they said it can't shield you from catching it anyway. Only thing that can shield you from catching it or being affected by it is your frequency. So if you have a low frequency and you're all masked up, you still can get it. If you have a high frequency and you're walking around with no mask, you probably won't have any symptoms. And once it's gone, it's gone. You know. So I feel that it's about your frequency. Stop being so afraid. Eat right, and then your frequency will be higher because you'll be more confident in, oh well, I don't have any mucus. My immune system's good. More people died of the flu. So it's your mental as well. So you gotta just level up in your frequency. hmm I never wear one. Yep, CO2 poisoning won't get me. I know, right? You breathing in a CO2. Sure, I don't have any moderators. Sorry. hmm Psychology 101. Have you lifted the veil? Oh, yeah, when I got married, I lifted my veil up. I said, here I am. It was never a veil. It was never a veil. Breathe the spray clouds. Yeah, I'm not outside it all day, every day anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't breathe in spray clouds. Um, Thank you, James Perez. More like the gates of heaven, right? Like, think about this. Last year, we were cool, right? Now everybody's like, wear a mask. If you sneeze or cough, they look at you like you're evil or you're tainted. I don't sneeze. I don't have allergies or nothing. So, um, but when I see other people sneezing, I see people start speeding up in front of them. They walk extra fast. How do you get sun if you don't go outside? I go in my backyard. I have windows. I have car. I have a sunroof. Mm, I have a lot of windows in my room that are constantly open. But I don't go outside like for long periods of time. I live in Texas. It's hot. Hmm. You cough so people stay away from you. Hmm. Hmm. You said people believe anything, B. Andrea. They can say the virus is gone and people won't wear a mask anymore the next day. Exactly. And then it'll just disappear and people just their frequency will go back up and they won't catch it. Hmm. Thank you, Melanie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I see a little kitty. Oh, the black cat, so cute. Um, Thank you. I appreciate that. I had dreamed people were inhaling the dust off of Venus. Yeah, I think there was a song about that. I forgot the name. I heard it like today. Placebo effect, exactly. Is what you see real? Is it? Could be not. Is the sky real? Are those stars real? Can you touch them? How do you know they're real? Do you believe they're real? What is touch? Some people don't have legs, but they legs be itching after they got them amputated. So I don't know. Obviously, there's something more to it, right? Thank you, Zen. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sure, can you look up Trippy Red Love Scars 3 album cover and say what codes you see at a glance? Thank you. Trippy Red Love Scars 3. Okay. If it's just regular code, it's everywhere. The code is mostly the same on everything at this time. Oh, this is old. I see a green pyramid with a reptilian eyeball. Here, I'll show y'all what it looks like. That it? That's just that's not even code. That's just a green reptilian pyramid and an eight ball. And he's red and black. He's gang gang. The eight ball is the last ball to go in the hole. The pyramid with the Illuminati eye that's being destroyed from the bottom down because of the parallel universe. There it is. That's all it is. Mhm. See? The pyramid's falling apart from the bottom. The eight ball is there. His hair and bandana is red and black, which is gang gang colors, which is like, the red and then the blue. And then he has a watch that's red, and there's butterflies, which means transformation. And it's just very, very easy. There you go. Mhm. You said that's money. It's still a pyramid. Mhm. Can y'all can decode those things? Just look up the symbols on it. You know, y'all supposed to be learning how to decode. Thought is not dense, right? You said Chris Brown got a clone. Everybody got a clone in the other universe. Remember us? Will your clone be? Will your clone like you? What if you? Would your clone like you? Would you be twins? Is that your twin flame? Would your clone like you? My clone would like me. You said where your clone at? Let's see. If I'm over here recording a video, then I'm probably asleep over there. See, you know how they say a man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all? Does it seem colder in your summertime and hotter in your fall? If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. So if we're human over here, then definitely God's over there. You used to call me on my cell phone. You used to call me. Why you don't call me no more? Book of Badu, right? If you're not calling me, then I guess I'm supposed to be calling you. I don't know. That's how you found my channel? Mhm. Thank you, Melanie Freeman. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get your gifts, Shira. I want you to have them. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I've been getting gifts all day. That means I'm giving gifts on the other side. Oh, that's so nice. That means I got money. Did I get my award from YouTube? I think they contact you after you get to 100K. They like make sure you're good and at 100K and you're steady there. And then they'll reach out to you. They'll send it to you. Because I got one from my other channel. That's what they did. So I'm sure. Or you can write them and say, hey, where my award at? But yeah, now I'll have two. I had a dream. There were two skies. Yes. The only thing more powerful than thought is action in this realm. Well, actions come from thoughts. Actions are a result of thoughts. So which one is truly more powerful? One has more impact in this realm, but one is more powerful. You better call on Tyrone, but you can't use my phone. Y'all remember when I decoded the Tyrone song? Tyrone means what? Lord. You better call the Lord. But you can't use my phone. You can't use my phone. Only thing more powerful. Yeah. Oh, I already read that. Thoughts are the catalyst. Thoughts have force, energy to move. Well, if you think about it, like, scientifically, and it really don't matter anyway, because it does what it does, but, like, if you like to get into the science of it, um, where does your thought occur? Like, because I always ask questions like, if this isn't physical reality is not real, where does your thought even occur? Is it in your brain or your consciousness? Are the neurons that are firing in your brain actually firing in your brain, or you just think they're firing in your brain from a consciousness somewhere else? See, if you think about it too much, you'll just be like, it don't matter. I'm still gonna get up and do what I'm gonna do tomorrow. um, Let me get your alien phone out. You know how they keep like getting crazier and crazier the more you think about it? What if we don't even exist? What if somebody is dreaming us and we're just characters in their dream? And we think we're real and we're characters because we have dreams too. But when they wake up, what happens to us? Do we disappear like all the people in your dreams that you never remember? Where do they go? Back into your subconscious? Do they exist? Were they a real person in your real life, like we dream about real people in our real life? Or we were just a filler, blank random person? Which one are you? Are you a rememberable person in that person's dream? Will that person create you because they want to find you because they saw you in a dream? I had a dream about this man who was all it is. That's my soulmate. I know it. When I see him, I'm a know it because I'm a recognize him. He was. You don't really have specifics, but you have how they made you feel. You had their demeanor and their stature, and so that's very vague. But you can create from it. It's a blank canvas. So you said, yeah, see, if I keep going, y'all gonna be like, it don't matter no more. It don't matter. Leave me alone. Stop it. So, like the lady in the red dress in the Matrix, people had to turn their head. And then Morpheus, don't get distracted. Okay. Are you the one having the dream? Are you a real person that's being dreamt of that exists out there? Or are you a filler person, a program from the subconscious mind? You say we're creators. But that's how it really is. None of this matters. I know. It don't matter. Look, the end of the Matrix. What happened? The end of the trilogy, and they're making four. Why? Because it never ends. Because it don't matter. The only thing that matters is that you keep an open mind, so that you can continuously create. That's why I say the gods are eternal because they don't end themselves. They don't have an expiration date. They don't have a set label. They don't have you know, a destination. They just, oh well, it don't matter. I just get up and do it again. So no destination, no set label, no good or bad, no right or wrong, no, fear. Just be. That's all it is. Thank you, Zen. Is it possible each soul on earth is tethered to a star in the sky? We are made of the same material. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Zen. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, like honestly, okay, let's think of it this way. You have a glass, a beautiful glass, right? You live your life as a glass. You are filled with water. People drink out of you, put their lips on you. They drop you and break you, right? Somebody sweeps you up, throws you in the garbage can, um, or puts you in the recycle bin, and then you become a, a bottle, and then so on and so forth, forever and ever. And then maybe one day someone crushes the bottle or the glass in so many small pieces that it becomes sand again. Because that's what it started out as, was sand anyway. But you lived your life and had several lives as a glass bottle, a glass cup, a windshield, a light bulb. And finally, you got back to sand eventually. The end. That's a good children's book to describe reincarnation. The glass bottle, the glass. Is the glass half full or half empty? It don't matter. It's sand. They're gonna be mad if I write a children's book. Their kids gonna be like, "I'm not going to school no more, mom. Them teachers, they don't make sense to me. I like this book. Is the glass half full or half empty? It don't matter. It's sand." I am Yosh. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you for all that you do. It's inspiring to see your success on YouTube. Question: is your higher self the equivalent of you coexisting in a parallel universe? Thoughts? I like to give analogies, but thank you so much, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Think about time and age. Think about time and age. If time doesn't exist, your higher self is just you wiser and smarter. So let's say you were 6 years old and you didn't know any better and you dropped red juice on the carpet. Mhm. Your higher self would have probably never gone on the carpet with red juice, or they would have chosen a clear drink, or they would have gotten tile or wood, or they would have put it in a closed glass, cup like this. Because when you know better, you do better. When you're more advanced, you do better. So it's just like your child versus yourself now. Your higher self is a wiser person that has experience and wisdom and knows better than you know right now, in which you strive to be. So, my higher self knows better than what I know, and I know that. So, that's what I try to be. It's a paradox. That's why it doesn't matter. If you try to be that in which you want to be, then that's what you are. So I say, I am. Because it's a paradox that nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. I was decoding that song, Bohemian Rhapsody. He said nothing matters to him. And that's just the truth. Nothing really matters. And if you think about it, if you break that down, no thing really, reality, turns into matter. No thing really turns into matter. This is a holographic universe. So nothing really matters. But we think it does. So we have fun in it. Just like when you go to sleep and you dream. You just go with it. You're like, okay, well, I guess I'll just enjoy this dream right quick. Mhm. Ooh, who is that? Oh, this is a nice dream. Mhm, okay. Why you turning into different people? Hold on, wait a second. You one of them reptilians or something? Okay, you was this person. You started off as this person. Now you somebody else. But I like both of y'all, so I guess that's all right. That'll work. That's gonna work. You gotta have a threesome with only two people. Hey. So, sorry, y'all. Um, wouldn't that be amazing? Like you can turn into other people. Um, don't laugh. That y'all know that happens in dreams. Mhm. You see, y'all never had a dream where someone turned into someone else, but it was still kind of them, but it was just somebody else, like another face? Mhm. The Black Mirror. What dimensions do we visit when we dream? I saw my deceased cousin a few weeks ago and we hugged. Everybody was just a chilling. Um, I mean, I don't think it's a certain dimension, but the astral realm. Mhm. You can become other forms, right? Anyway, I mean, like, y'all know how, like, when you have a dream and it's like a pleasant surprise, it's like, oh, look who's here, look who's joining us today. Huh, how you doing? Like, look who has joined us today. How you doing? And like when you're dreaming, it don't matter if you married, single, you could still do what you gotta do. Huh, if you want to. Message for the day. No thing really matters. That's right. Your dreams are insane, right? I remember when James used to dream. He's like, I dreamed that you were with some other man and he was cheating. He woke up mad. I'm like, that was a dream. I know, but it was so real. I'm like, well, you better act right then. But give me what I asked for. Anyway, they make up mad. When they wake up mad, they really want to be there with you. They're just showing you what you had, and you need to appreciate it. That's right. You see, your husband did the same thing. That's your subconscious mind telling you, better appreciate this woman right here, because she can get another one, baby. She can get a shapeshifter too. Don't forget. Um, them dreams will have you like, I better act right, I better do right. Anyway, now I had a weird dream, and it totally lines up to what is actually happening. I'll tell you my dream. It's real simple. I only tell you the symbols of it because I hate long drawn out dreams. So I'll tell you the symbols of my dream because I interpret my dreams while I'm dreaming. I had on some black cowgirl boots, since I'm a girl. I had some black cowgirl boots on, and I was walking in black rocks. The ground was black rocks. Um, it was at an there was a stage, like there was a concert or a festival going on, and people were coming, but everything was under a cement, like how bums be under the freeway. That's how it looked like. But there was a stage, and it was really big, like a concert stage. And there we were on one side. It's kind of like we were backstage, but we were also in the audience. And then there was the other side, which also had an auditorium, but they were inside. So that's the parallel universes. Okay, now here's where it gets deep. There was this person. I ain't gonna say who it was. There's this person, and they grabbed me by my waist, and they were like holding me, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm gonna see what happened." Okay, so I was his date for the concert, but there was this other dude following him around like it was his friend. So I think this was the other opposite version of him, right? Because like, why this shouldn't be your friend, like y'all are opposite, you know. So he said, I'm gonna go check and see what's on the other side. I'll be right back. And said his friend went over there, and I was like, okay, bye. So I'm sitting there walking around in some rocks and boots, and I'm like, when he comes back, it's a whole different person. but they look better. And I'm like, okay, shoot, what's over there? Why you come back looking like this? I liked both of the people, but it's like, okay, but what the name represented was very important of who came back. So the person that came back, name was different. Okay. And the crazy thing is they had the opposite names. One name meant the opposite of the other. That was my dream. It was so crazy. When I interpreted it, I had to get past all the, oh, look, I dreamed about this person. Wow. I had to read the symbols because that's the parallel universe. But I was alone. I didn't have a parallel. I was just one. I was like, my boots and those black rocks were like, because boots represent protection, fortitude, and strength. And the black rocks represent, like the grounding, the pineal gland, da da da, the covering of the freeway, the frequency of freeway, a highway. I was covered, and I was not curious about the other side, but I did not withhold anyone else from going to explore. I already kind of like knew, and I was already satisfied within, and I didn't care. I was like, I'm not going to walk all the way over there and these boots on these rocks. I'm good. I can see over there. Look the same as over here, except they got red seats. Okay. In their auditorium. But it was funny because like I never thought about going. I didn't care to go over there. Like I was like, I can see what's over there anyway. It's like you stayed the same, but that other person changed. And that person did not come back with his friend either. So it was weird. I can't tell y'all the names. Okay. I can't tell y'all nothing because um I keep those things personal. But honestly, it's exactly what's going on with the parallel universes. Very interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Why, when we are dreaming of the living ones, they dream of something else or don't remember meeting us? Because that's not you dreaming of them. It's you dreaming of what they represent. Remember, there's multiple universes, there's multiple versions. And so, you know, they might dream of someone else while you're dreaming of them because we're all one and connected anyway. Just like the shape shifting thing takes place. That person was that person. Now it's this person, but it's the same person inside. So your dreams can teach you a lot about everything if you just pay attention to them and decode them. Right. Like I said, if you keep going and going and going so far down the rabbit hole, you'll realize you're just going to keep digging. Or you could stop, make a little house, have a little tea party. You know, the caterpillar was smoking some opium. He slowed down. The cat was disappearing and coming in and out. And the queen grew a garden. I'm talking about Alice in Wonderland. But the rabbit kept running, and he had a clock, and he had a destination, and he was always late. But everybody else, they didn't care. It was like, I'm in Wonderland. Okay, how you doing? Um, right? The only person that was trying to get somewhere was that rabbit. And Alice was just like listening to everybody else. And then finally, she had to make up her own mind about who she was and what she wanted to do. And she was like, okay, now I'm going to do what I need to do. Mhm. And then it was the original was through the looking glass, through the mirror, through the parallel. You know, the queen of hearts, she was like off with her head. Well, if you on the opposite side, it's off with your tail, off with your lower self, rise higher. So that's how you interpret and decode things like you would decode a dream. Mhm. The never-ending story. Exactly. That's all. Everything is the same. They just tell it in different ways. Every story is the same. They just gonna tell it in another way. You know how people say, "I'm stuck in a time loop. I'm stuck in a time loop." When you learn how to decode so much, and if you keep doing it, it'll seem like everything is the same, and you won't enjoy the illusion of the variety. You know what I mean? So just kind of like sit back and enjoy, like Groundhog Day. Exactly. Real simple Earth. Jada. I like your name. He couldn't get anywhere until he started enjoying and doing, becoming the best version of himself in that one day that he had because nothing mattered. He just stopped caring. At one point, if y'all ever saw Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, at one point he would just kill himself over and over in different ways. And then he started doing weird stuff. And then he got bored. And then he started doing the right stuff, right? And so when the day finally changed, he had met everyone in the town, took piano lessons, impressed this girl, helped a little old lady, um, I don't know, bought some insurance from that dude, um, didn't step in a puddle. And there was this one dude was that died. And he spent so much time trying to save that dude that nothing he tried saved him. So he just had to accept that he was just gonna die. It was just that person's time to die. He had to let that go and move on. So I think that movie is very good because it shows you that some things are out of your control and many things are in your control. But if you are not aware and you're not trying to become the best version of yourself, if you're just trying to get to a destination and, blah, 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 then you're not understanding what life is for. Like you don't understand what life is truly for. Everybody say, "What is my purpose? What is my purpose?" What do you want it to be? Create your purpose. Because, I always tell people this, because like if you seek information outside of self, like what's your purpose? What if someone told you your purpose? What if I was really, okay, let me get my tarot cards. Okay, your purpose is toilet cleaner. This is what you are great at. You will be the world's best toilet cleaner. Go and clean toilets. What are you going to do? You're going to say, that's not right. But then why did you ask me? No, I have another purpose. I know it's not cleaning toilets, so I'm going to go ask somebody else. Okay. Do, 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 do. Next person. What is my life purpose? Oh, you're supposed to be the best hooker on the street. That is your purpose. Huh? Well, I just can't do that. Let me go somewhere else because that's not my purpose either. The nerve. I'm going to travel all the way to India and go, to some yogi sitting in the street in an orange outfit with a turban on. What is my purpose? Your purpose is to fund the charity of the children, to supply water for the village of my people. And you are to give all that you have until you have nothing left. And you are to live on the street with me. Sit down here, sir. This is your purpose. Give me your wallet. Okay. Let me sit on down. He can take your wallet and you're gonna be there and he gonna be where you are. In your house with your keys, your money, your bank account. Okay. Until you figure out that you create your own purpose. There you go. Many spiritual leaders have vision. That's right. And so do many people because spiritual leaders are people. They just know who they are and they created their own purpose. Uh, Shira, how do you shield yourself from people's spells? This one girl obsessed with me and always on my IG and was in one of my dreams. Even the dream I curved her. Like just like you curved the coronavirus, babe. You always gonna have fans. She's a fan. She's an obsessed fan. Y'all ever heard, like, think about famous people who are really famous. Do you know how many crazy people are after them just on a daily basis? Like writing them letters, telling them God said this and, do this and do that. And, you know, we were, we used to be twin flames in a past life. Y'all know how many crazy people are telling people this? And I understand because, a lot of people will tell me, like, some people say, that people are literally sending me pictures of this and that and asking me to do this and that. And it's crazy. Like, people feel like when they get an idea in their mind, if they can't make it happen, they're going to drive somebody crazy. hmm They said Beyonce was the one hopping in people's dreams. Okay, but is it really Beyonce or is it a shapeshifter? We'll never know. Is it me? Is it her? Is it Nicki Minaj? What if Jay-Z hopped in your dream and turned into Beyonce? What would you do? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what to do. So you don't know who in your dreams. That's you. That's you in your dream. Trying on Beyonce's outfit, body. Plot twist. Oh, I want to be Beyonce. Oh, how you doing? I'm Beyonce. That's me. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Losing my religion. Y'all remember that song? There you go. It's you. It's you in another form as another person. hmm Okay, now here's some good information. So let's say you dream of somebody you actually like, but you know that's really you. This is where it's gonna get deep, and you better get your notebooks out because I know some of y'all women gonna try to make this happen. Let's say you dream about a man you like, right? But when you know on a higher level that that's really you can get you in real life. You can get that man in real life if you know that's really you. So, what if you were that person, how would you get you? You know how say if you met yourself, would you like yourself? If you met yourself, would you like yourself? If you were the opposite of you, would you be attracted to you? If that person over there is you, would they be attracted to themselves? Now that's deep. That's how you get 'em. You say, I know how to get you because I am you. And then you go get them or let them get you because um, I know you don't like women who chase after men because that's like very pick ish. So I'm just gonna pretend like, you know. So you have to change perspectives with people in order to see how you look to them. Then you can change it up. They say, "Ooh, I'm a hot mess. Look what I was doing. I was twerking on the dance floor because I thought he was looking, and then I." No, I wouldn't do that. But honestly, you have to see from their perspective and from their mentality and from their, um, where they see themselves going in life. So it's like you become the shapeshifter. That's mind control. No, it's not. If you are everyone and everyone is you, then you're just controlling your own mind. Except you're just getting this aspect of it to cooperate with this aspect. Okay? You're getting this aspect of you to like the other aspect of you, to see this aspect of you as someone that they would want to be with if they were separated. It's deep now because you know how they think, because you're not thinking for them, you're thinking as them. See, there's a difference. Women and men sometimes think for other people instead of thinking as them. You know how they say as above, so below? They don't say for above, so they don't say for above, at below. You have to become them. You have to just, if I were them, if I were them and I was like, I had a good career and I had my priorities in order and I pay stuff on time and I don't have bad priorities and, I don't mess with twerkers and, I have a reputation to protect. What would I like? What would I enjoy? Hmm. Am I goofy? Um, behind closed doors, do I let loose or am I the exact same? No, there's another side to you. Let me see that side. I see. I pay attention. Okay. Mhm. So you have to be observant. Just like you decode a painting, you have to see all angles. You got to see all sides of a person, the inside, the outside, the third dimension, the fifth dimensional side of that person. You have to know if they ever got $1 million, how would they act? If they were broke, how would they act? If you got to know who they are so you can trigger things within them, and that's how you do it. The different angles of the self. That's right. That's how Erica Badu be getting all them men. And she could relate to them. That's why they're all in the conscious music business or the music industry because it's easy to relate to them because she noticed the type of men that she were attracted to, Andre 3000. That was easy to get in his mind. Okay. Who's next? Who's her second man? Was that Jay Electronica or was that Common? Yep. They had the same eyes. She could tell he wanted to explore a deeper path, but he was too afraid to. But it would make sense if he was with her because that means that they could do it together and it wouldn't look so weird because they'd be a couple. And so it wouldn't look out of character. And so he really wanted to explore that option in life. And as a man, sometimes you don't get to be boho or whatever. So he took the opportunity and she rocked his world and she like lit some incense and told him a story. Um, I don't know. But she knew how they know how to do it because they can see in multiple realities and dimensions. Like Pisces are very deep and they can see where no other people can see. They can see. And a lot of people are like, you know, if they really want something, if they really want to control or manipulate someone to do something, or if they really want to experience this or that, they can make it happen for real. It's up to them whether they want to or not. But they have all the mind power to do so. But they have to be very clever and smart and patient, or they have to um, choose the right person to which they can easily relate to, and that they can put their consciousness into that other person imaginatively, right? So if you're trying to choose someone who's super opposite of you or super out of your league, it's going to be hard. The closer you get to yourself, or the closer you get to someone who you have more things in common with, but not everything in common with, the better your chances. hmm Spiritual growth, awakening, running, rushing, it open back door, dangers. What? Hmm. Thoughts on Marvin Gaye's in our lifetime album cover. I'm not looking at no more album covers. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They're all coded. All album covers are coded. There you go. Y'all decode them. Y'all come tell me what they mean. Uh-oh, ching ching. Yeah, y'all got to decode them for me. That means you know how to decode and you're learning. The closer I get to you, the more you make me feel. By giving me all you've got. Y'all see I changed the words around? Your love has captured me over and over again. Ah, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate everybody. I'm getting ready to go. Is this a green screen? No, this is my house, y'all. It's still daytime. I'm on a parallel universe. How you doing? I'm from the other side. You know I'll be waiting on the other side. And you, all you gotta do is cross the line. I could wait a whole lifetime, but you just got to decide. You just gotta decide. You know I'll be waiting waiting on the other side. You could live forever. That's CeeLo and Bruno Mars, by the way. It's called Other Side. Go listen to those lyrics. Mhm. Thank you, Andrew. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thanks. You said, can you have a spiritual connection with someone you've looked into each other's eyes but have never really met? Yeah, if you become a stalker and stalk them online. I want to meet her, see where she be hanging out, or he. Okay. Some people are determined. Then that means they're crazy. Like, if they're famous, watch out. Let them come to you, baby. Y'all want to know how to meet famous people? And y'all want to give y'all the secret how to meet famous people? If you're going to be around them, how to get their attention? Y'all want to know the secret? Because it worked for me every time. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all the secret. Hold on, I have something in my eye. Before you leave your house, if you're going to anywhere, because you never know if you're going to bump into anyone famous. Before you leave your house, put on a Michael Jackson shirt, jacket, belt, or when you're within an earshot of the person, unless they're Prince, you talk about Michael Jackson. Okay, that's how you get in good. I'm serious. I'm not even lying to you. I'm not even lying to you. I met so many people because of Michael Jackson. Yeah, I remember um, every time I met somebody that was famous, I talked about Michael Jackson with. Like, um, they'd be like, "So, what's your favorite song?" Thinking I'm gonna say it's theirs, Michael Jackson. Just because you standing here don't mean you my favorite. How you doing? Oh, mine too, for real. So which song do you like the best? What's your favorite song? Oh, I like Michael Jackson. Or I like that song where you sound like Michael Jackson. Before you know it, you singing Michael Jackson with a celebrity, drinking. That was back in the old days, though. But honestly, just wear a Michael Jackson t-shirt or a jacket or get you a tattoo. Look at this. That worked too. There you go. That's how you meet famous people. hmm Post a lot of MJ stuff on your Instagram. I got a few celebs in my inbox, baby. My DMs. hmm It says you got a leather jacket. How you get in those circles? Wear Michael Jackson. I'm trying to tell you. That's how you get in. Y'all think I'm crazy? Go try it. Go online, michaeljackson.com, get you a little t-shirt, post some stuff on Instagram, put Mike up there. Y'all want to see? Look. Look, I'm gonna get a lot of DMs now. You crazy girl. Can I get that paint? How much that is? Who painted that? I need one of myself. Um, Actually, I used to have a whole room dedicated to MJ, but when I moved, I I didn't redo that. I just found the pictures in a box because I had never unpacked that box. So I just put them back up. And here, look, wait, y'all hadn't seen the other stuff. Look, hold on. Y'all remember that? MJ over there? Like, y'all see my office. Y'all, it's dirty. But it's my office. Y'all see Mike up there? I have aliens, Michael. Michael surrounds me. Oh, I have a Michael Jackson candle too. See? That's all my books. I have a bunch more downstairs, and my computer's on top of like 5 books stacked up on top of each other. My office is a mess, but it's my office. There's a little coffee pot tea kettle over there, and it's just too much junk. Okay, but this is my house. Like it's still daytime here in the parallel universe. I'm bad and bougie, classy, bougie, ratchet. You saw all of that. So imagine what it's gonna look like on the parallel universe. All right. There's your donut. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Thank you, sir. Sorry. Je suis. Um, I don't live in a painting, no. Or just for the aesthetic look. You like my lighting? Thank you. Um, oh, y'all have my friend down here, Rafiki. So in the parallel universe, Rafiki is young, tall. Let me show y'all Rafiki in the other universe, okay? In the parallel. And then I gotta go. Where's that picture at? Girl, Rafiki clean on the other side, girl. Rafiki clean on the other side. Okay, how you doing? You got that Burberry on with a little chain. Got that thing on the what is that? You got a watch. Oh no, that's somebody else. That's simple over there. See? Here, there. Wonder what I look like over there. Mm, bruh. I'm gonna show y'all what I look like over there. I'm gonna show y'all. Where's my picture? I got so many wigs. I don't know what I look like over there. Okay, I could look like everybody. I look like everybody. Okay, how you? I'm every woman. It's only me. Anything you want done, baby. I do it naturally. That's me over there. Maybe. Or I used to come in device. You said which one is me? I don't know. That other one. I got the horses in the. I'm like all the characters. I'm everybody. So watch out. I'm gonna pop in. I'm gonna pop in because I'm everybody. Michael Jackson is so lucky he don't have to go through this horrible time. Okay. He okay. Well, he know who he is. He already had the mask on. He was trying to prevent it over here, so he was wearing it so it could happen over there instead. Poor Mike. He was trying to help. He's gonna wear the mask now. Dang, that's weird. If you sit and think about it too long, you can go crazy. Like, why was Michael wearing the mask? Was he trying to make the parallel universe sick instead of this one? If it's over there, it's not coming over here. So he wore the mask and he was the most influential person in the world. That's why Donald Trump won't wear the mask. Okay, makes no sense, but okay. But it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. That's why they doing it, I guess. I'm going to bed. And I'm going to wake up and start the day over. And I'll see y'all soon. Oh, don't forget to look at that Last Supper painting when you have some time and you're just bored, you're in the bathroom. Y'all gonna be on the toilet like this. Wash hands. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.